Well, let's crack on back to the JakeMcBoss podcast, episode number 18. Today, we have BistoBob, an Irish Twitch streamer. Let's get straight into it.
If you're getting fucking 2 followers a day, it doesn't matter. You need to keep on pushing. I know that me and Russia are going to be the 2 people that people will be saying, holy fuck, he's making something serious of this. Me and Russia are going to do that. First lad's holiday, like.
Any stories?
Like, I'll pay for a prostitute. You come back to mine, she was like, yeah, it's 150 quid. I have no cash on me. Do you take card? Here, look.
Do you take card to a prostitute? To whip out the fucking card
yeah,
machine?
Yeah. My socials. His camera is nearly better than mine, and like he literally just has the same lens as me, and it just makes it look unreal. Like,
yeah, no, your cam, I can like see every like pore in your nose. It's amazing.
we start covering up. Yeah, no, it looks savage in your setup as well, because like the deeper the room is as well, the more blurred it becomes.
Man, that's the job. What the fuck? I literally have to wake up every morning to fucking zoom into this like the same place every time.
Yeah, pain in the arse. Pain in the
Fuck
arse. Yeah, I didn't even buy the kit lens with mine. I literally just got the body only, saved the money on that, and went and bought this lens. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I always switch it every single day. There's a like if I'm feeling really hyper one day, I just put on something that like it's like flashing strobe lights and everything. I'll put these lights on as well.
Yeah. Just give all the boys in the chat a seizure.
Like that. It's unreal. Yeah. Well done on the podcast last night as well. It was fucking savage.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's really good.
I shouted you out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Mm.
And then I kind of called myself out for rescheduling on you.
Yeah, I seen that. I had the chat closed for most of it though.
Yeah. You'd have to, because like I can't understand how they done it. Because me and Russia used to do a podcast, and we were always getting distracted by chat, like. And like we were both doing it on our own channels, which was stupid. Like, but I had my alerts on and he had his alerts on, so like we could never actually edit it, because there was so many times where like he was thanking someone for a sub or a gifted sub or a follow, and I was doing the exact same, so we could never edit it. Yeah, it was a fucking mess. So it was. Streaming
live is difficult. I like the way Gar did it last night though.
With like that, he kind of cuts it and then goes straight into the podcast and doesn't talk to chat.
Yeah, when I was doing live podcasts, well, the last one I did, a bit of a cotton joke.
We would say on about that.
Yeah, but when I was doing live podcasts, it was stressful as fuck. But like, cause I'm always like, I want to talk to chat and stuff, but it's like difficult when you're doing a podcast. You want to have a good conversation, you can't be talking to chat, in my opinion.
Garrett does it well that like he just takes questions at the end.
Yeah.
Where so that he's not like properly like ignoring chat, like he acknowledges them and everything, and he still is typing in chat if anything happens.
They wanted me to talk with like Legion. They wanted me to rip into them and stuff. Like they actually was like Jim was like, you have to rip into him, like you have to go into him. I was like, I'll do what I want to do. Like I'm not gonna
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ruin that. Like
I do my best to stay away from any drama at all.
Jake a month ago would have went right in though. Jake a month ago would have been like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, but you're better off not. Like honestly.
I agree. I had people DM me and they're like, oh Jake, I see what you said about me. I'm not impressed. I'm like, okay, to be fair, if I did say something about someone in that podcast, they're meant to see it, like, so it's like I'm not gonna be like, you know.
Yeah.
You were meant to see that. Okay, fucking step up your game. There was a girl who did like Animal Crossing and she's into Gamers for Legion and she had like 25, 30k followers on Twitch. And she averaged like 5 viewers, and she was like the top tier of the Legion thing at the time. And she was getting paid like the best of the best, like because she had 20k followers. And it's like if you take any bit of like time to look into what she's doing, she averaged like 5 or 10 viewers. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, I know. I remember looking at that like ages ago. I just started streaming or something, and I was on like 700 or 800 followers. But I knew myself that I had invested so much into my stream and my content.
Yeah.
And like I was looking at people that were like the top of that, and I was like, dude, like not to be cocky around, but I knew that my content was better. You know what I mean? But if I went for it, I was literally like I was down the lowest rank.
Yeah, Jamie J. Carr. I like looking. If I was like someone low in that system, looking at Jamie J. Carr, I'd be like, okay, fair enough, because he's doing everything right. At the time, I don't think he was, but like now he's like, if you're looking at Jamie now, you're like, oh yeah, like he's doing bits, like.
Yeah.
But the other one that was up there, I'm like, what the fuck? I asked Gara a question last night about them, like, was there like any mates rates inside the thing? Because I think there is. Like, people are actually getting paid for having shit channels and stuff, but they're just because they're friends.
Just because they're friends, yeah.
Man, it's awful. That pissed me off.
Do you think it still is a thing? Or?
Oh yeah, 100%. They're still in the fucking team, the people that I'm talking about. What was I going to say? When I was in the team, I was like mid-tier. But like, I always kind of found it weird that like people were being ranked higher than me. And it's like not like an ego. Well, it probably was an ego thing. Like someone's above me on content creator's perspective, because I think everyone's the same. Especially like if you're putting high quality content, everyone's the same and should be treated the same in that sort of group. But like, it is what it is. Like, all right, let's start this. Let's fucking go. I'm fucking.
This is my first time ever doing something like this.
You nervous?
I am a little bit. I don't do well with nerves.
I was shitting it last night, so it can't be as bad as that. Like, I think what they want to do is they want to get. I think they should just like do interviews more so than just being like, oh, Irish content creation. Because if I went on to that last night, and I was saying before, I was like, I'd love if I went on and they just like started talking about me and what I'm doing. They did towards the end, to be fair to them. But I love going to. I've never done a podcast. I've never gone to someone else's podcast until last night. But I'd love for people to be asking me about like what I'm doing and what I think of like certain things, instead of just going into it like, oh, beef with Gamer Store Legion. I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was just kind of clearing up air as well. You know what I mean? With some of the stuff that you've said. You know what I mean?
Man, I remember after that cotton thing joke came out, you went to, or was it Jen that went into your stream, and then you were just laughing at the cotton joke. I was like, okay, we're gonna be friends.
Man, I didn't know what to say, because like I'm the type of person who just stays clear of all kind of controversy. Like if anything weird is put into my chat, well, not weird, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Anything like that is put into my chat, it's deleted straight away. And I don't think I had any mods at the time, and I was looking at it like, what the fuck do I say? Yeah, I was like, I kind of like look up to you though as a streamer, because like you say what you think, but like you can hold back. Because I couldn't do that, and I don't think I can do that on stream. Like I'm struggling with streaming because I don't know if I can hold back. If someone asks me something, it's just like being disciplined, I guess, and I need to learn that. I think that's more so just having a good mod team there, though. Yeah, and with like-minded people, like even there yesterday, like I had people coming in and asking about, you know, like Ukraine and Russia. I know it's not like it is a touchy subject, but like obviously people are saying their 2 cents on it and stuff like that. But like at the same time, it's like, what do they expect me to say about it that's going to change anything or like anything like that? You know what I mean? Like yeah, it's fucking shit.
People are dying.
yeah. Like what do they actually want me to say that actually, you know, like changes either their opinion? Like everyone has the same opinion on it.
Yeah. No, social media is weird as fuck. There was like a lot of esports orgs yesterday copying FaZe, like changing their org colors to Ukraine.
Ukraine colors, yeah.
And like, boys, come on to fuck. Like this isn't good, you know. And I know you want to, it's all about public representation and public perception of them as a brand. It's like, oh, if we do this, it'll make us look good. We're standing with Ukraine. Like, I don't think they really care about like the morality of it, you know what I mean? There's
something going around on Instagram at the moment as well. It's like, oh, like share this and we'll send like 5 cents to the Ukraine or something. And it's like,
yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, sound Hannah from fucking Ballygorman, like what are you on about?
You might bite the lads a torpedo.
You know what I mean? No, but like even at that, like if that gets 5 million shares, what is it, 5 cents? Like that's fucking nothing.
I know.
It might get them a bit of food, but like Europe's going to help them with that anyway. You know what I mean?
It's weird. No, I don't mind commenting on political stuff because I feel like I have an okay perception on politics. Like I like keeping up to date with stuff that's going on. I know a lot of people don't like keeping up with the news. They don't like looking at all that shit, but I like doing it because I feel like for what I do with like comedy and stuff like that, I like being up to date with stuff because it just gives me more stuff to talk about. But Ukraine stuff is fucked. It's bad.
It's really bad.
Putin's
really
a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, but I know, like hopefully, like I was reading something. What's it called? Someone was like letting people into Romania from Ukraine or something. But even Romania is fucking worried now because they're helping Ukraine and they're close to Russia as well. Like how long are they safe for as well? Like
Belarus are fucking snakes. You see Belarus, little fucking wet white bastards.
Are they? They're
on
the border of Russia, aren't they? Yeah, but they're not in Europe, are they?
I think they're in. So yeah, no, everyone up there is in Europe. Like they're all in Europe.
Oh right,
Russia's in Europe as well. It's just if you're not in NATO.
Oh right, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, NATO is a complicated thing. It's weird because
I don't even know what it is like.
NATO is basically the Americans in Canada and Australia, and then European countries, some European countries, and they all like fight as an alliance, and they're like the second biggest army in the world, or one of the biggest armies in the world put together. Like, and what I found weird about the whole situation is obviously, like the Americans like the biggest superpower in terms of like nukes and all that stuff. Yeah, and it's like you want to be allies with America, but like if America fucking bomb Russia, everyone's involved now. Because if you fight with NATO, you have to fight with everyone. Like if Russia gets involved, and bombs America, and everyone has to fight Russia. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, and this I'll get off politics in a second. But the last thing, like, if China wants to invade Taiwan, or if China wants to invade some place that isn't in NATO, they've basically now said that like no one's going to interfere with them. So it's just going to be like China taking over little countries, Russia taking over little countries. Like if they want to take over North Korea, they could, like, you know, stuff like that. It's weird.
It's kind of fucked, isn't it?
Politics is weird.
But like I was looking at fucking like Russia's alliances, and they're like, that's like North Korea and Kazakhstan and shit like that as well.
Dirty bastards in terms of like fucking they'll kill you. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they have no remorse. Like
no, like it's very much religion based, and it's all like. I feel like with countries like that, it's almost like you have to have an enemy at all times.
Yeah,
that we have an enemy. This is our goal. It's weird. That's kind of
like it's kind of just like that they like a lot of people over there have been growing up with war, that they're just so used to it that like it's their way of life, and that's what they understand.
I read something last night that Hitler's idea of like society was like, if you make people look up to a common goal, it's basically socialism. It's fucking fascist shit. It's like far left wing stuff. Basically, everyone has a common goal. We all work towards like one enemy. Like that's our goal. One enemy.
Yeah.
Let's fight these. Instead of being like individual people being like, oh well, I want to grow as a person. I want to get better. I want to get a better job and succeed in life. But it's like back then with Hitler and now with like Putin, it's like, no, your goal is going to be to fucking fight for this country, and this is our goal. Like as a and some people get brainwashed by that. Like it's crazy. Some people have no conception of freedom.
Like, yeah, some people will, but like at the same time, have you seen all the protests in Russia?
I've seen it. Yeah, the boys fucking getting the shit kicked out of them for fucking protesting.
Yeah,
man.
You have to think like if you were a policeman over there, like what are you thinking? You know what I mean? You have to follow orders, but most of them probably don't agree with it. It's the same with the army. A
job's a job, man. If you're getting paid for a job, you're just gonna fucking do the job, even if it's inhumane as fuck.
If it's killing people, though.
I mean, in Russia, the economy's so fucked. I read something yesterday. The economy of Russia, the GDP of Russia is the exact same as Florida. The state of Florida and Russia are the exact same in terms of capital. And it's like,
Jesus.
So at that point, you kind of think, no wonder they're invading smaller countries, taking people's eyes off of what they actually should be focusing on, which is the growth of the country.
Yeah.
Weird, bro. Weird shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the podcast. How is it going? How are we doing?
Good, yeah.
You just woke up?
Yeah. Badly just woke up.
Yeah, you lazy
Big
fucker.
crash burn.
We fucking rescheduled this podcast about 10 times in the last like week.
Yeah, that's all my bad.
Yeah, just not waking up in time and stuff. Playing COD till like 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff, you know?
Yeah, alright, just call me out straight away. Fucking hell.
I seen you said something recently. I don't know what, it might have been in the chat or somewhere. It's like, I need to cut this. I think it might have been Gara's last podcast. You're like, oh, I need to cut this shit out. Like, nighttime fucking game with the boys. It's a plague. Like, if you get stuck into that mindset, you get fuck all done.
It's terrible for like being productive with content creation.
Yeah.
And like I'm terrible for it, especially since ranked play came out in Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty is my bread and butter. Like, so like now I'm just addicted to it.
I love ranked.
I just want to get the highest rank, and like I'm close to it now, and it's just like, when is this podcast over? I need to get on to it.
No, I actually can feel that. I loved ranked Call of Duty. I haven't played it like properly. The last like Call of Duty I played ranked and like game battles and stuff, like competitive stuff, would have been World War II. That was
that game.
You hated it?
I hated that game.
I loved that game. I thought
I competed in that game, but my internet was so bad that I'd just be like 8-bitting around the map.
Yeah, where do you live again? What county?
Meath.
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah.
I've good internet now. Like I have a gig now, but man, back in the day, I was running on a TP link with 1.5 down and 0.3 up. It was absolutely horrific.
I know a lot of people who live in like the Midlands, like Laois, like fucking Roscommon, and the internet is just fucking wank, like all up that part of the country. And then you've Dublin. It's like, oh, look at Dublin with all their fast internet, and then we can't get that because, you know, we're not Dublin.
It's fucked though as well, because like one of my mods lives in like Cork, and like half the time he can't watch my stream. Yeah,
Cork is down by the coast is bad.
Yeah,
it's just like anywhere that's not a city, it's just fucked. Anywhere that's not like a big reputable town is fucked.
I lived in Dublin for 3 months, and geez, the internet was terrible in there as well.
Yeah, that's probably where the conception.
It just depends on what street you live on and everything. Like
that's probably the conception. Like, oh, is Virgin Media good for you? And it's like it really is based on where you are. Like, not really the provider. I always find that funny. People are like, oh, Gara, what do you think of Virgin Media? What do you think? Is it good, boy? Is it good? Like, and I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I'd Virgin in Dublin, and like Jesus, man, that thing will go down every half an hour.
Do you ever stream off 4G on your phone?
No,
At
I
any
never
point?
had to do that. I've never had to do that.
That's probably the worst thing. I'd actually put that up there with humanitarian crises. Like, that's fucking awful. Like, that's bad. You think what's going on in Ukraine is bad? That's bad.
Oh,
Like,
for fuck's sake.
I know Jack Igo. I don't know if you know him. Jack Igo.
No.
He's based like this caster guy. He casts Valorant and stuff. But he used to always he'd come on the podcast a couple of times, and he has to like use 4G, and he can't anything. No notifications can come through his phone, or else the whole thing will crash. Like, like it's just.
So what does he just have to put it on airplane mode while he's doing something?
He has to
or?
basically put it on like do not disturb mode, and then he can like play his game or stream. It's fucked.
Yeah, no, that'd be horrible.
Ireland's internet as a whole is fucked. If you look at it, like most places have really bad internet. Like I have like 8 GB upload, which is not great. Like it's okay, but it's like not great. Like it's manageable. I fucking hate Ireland sometimes. Thoughts?
I don't mind it.
I like Ireland in terms of like there's just some stuff that really fucking nice with the country. Like I can't stand Irish politics. I love the rest of the world politics because you just laugh at them. When it's Ireland politics, holy fuck. Like, they're up in the door yesterday fucking talking about the Ukraine crisis. Then Leo fucking Varadkar comes out and it's like, our thoughts go to Ukraine. And the housing crisis here in Ireland is terrible. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, what are you on about?
I don't know. I think he's just under such pressure with the housing crisis that like he just nearly feels the need to bring it up at this point.
Yeah, no, not in Irish politics is fucking AIDS. I can't stand any of it.
I just stay clear of it.
Would you ever
like,
turn RT News?
I'm not even registered to vote. Like,
me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like it's just not going to make a difference.
True. It's especially after the last one, the last major one where Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael got in. It's like most people voted for Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if Sinn Féin are better or not. We voted for Sinn Féin, but no, the two boys did a fucking coalition. Oh, now we're in. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Like I work for the elections. Like I'm what's it called, like a votes clerk or something. So I take in the votes and everything. Absolutely unreal job. So it is. I sit there on my phone most of the day, and like I'm from Slane, so like there's fuck all people here. So like most of the day I'm literally sitting on my phone watching Netflix.
That's great.
400 quid for the day.
That's amazing.
It's unreal. But like even like and then I done the votes afterwards, and like even like all the Sinn Féin supporters there, and there was like a fucking party afterwards. It was unreal. But like, to see Fianna Gael and whatever Fianna Fáil. Okay, what am I saying? Ended up getting into government after all that. Like, everyone was so happy to see Sinn Féin finally get something. You know what I mean? And then just nothing come of it. Even
on like the news and stuff now, they still don't let like the Sinn Féin politicians or TDs come on. Like, it's mental. Yeah. Like, they only let because they know the people who watch the RT are like older people, like who would be inclined to believe what RT says all the time, and they won't get anyone on with opposition or opponent views. Like, it's really weird. But then would you want what they have in America, where it's like you far right and then you far left news source? You have to watch both of them just to take what's best out of the two of them.
Yeah, like I don't know, and I feel like I'd watch a lot of like Jordan Peterson and stuff like that.
I'm so happy you said that. I love Jordan Peterson.
I absolutely love him. But like, if you have between that and then whatever else, like how are you meant to know what's right to an extent? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like both of them, like everyone puts their own spin on things that you're going to, try and believe. And especially if it's on mainstream media as well, you kind of feel the inclination to believe it.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to how much you respect a certain person or how much you enjoy a certain person's perspective. Because I feel like when I watch Jordan Peterson, I agree with him on most subjects. So would that make me right wing? So am I just going to go away and watch Fox News now for the rest of the time? So it's like you have to kind of like fucking look at people on the left, look at people on the right, and kind of disagree and agree with both of them. But I would find myself inclined with a lot of Jordan Peterson stuff. And
I think he's a fucking genius.
I honestly, he could go for prime minister in any country, but it's like, I think he could challenge any government in the world and actually bring about change if he wanted to. Yeah,
I don't know. Like, is it just it's becoming widely accepted, but is it widely accepted yet? Some of the stuff that he's saying, because like it is kind of touchy, some of the stuff that he says.
Yeah,
and like I don't think people are ready for that yet, especially the older generation.
I think especially with snowflakes in the world. They're not ready for harsh reality, and like I feel like people have become so comfortable with life that they don't like anything different. They like things being the way it is now, And I think the way the world is now is completely fucked and radical and just nihilistic. And it's all like, if you look at every government in the world, it's pretty much like, apart from the UK, it's pretty much left wing. And it's like everyone's controlling each other, and social media giants are controlling you, watching your data and all this stuff. And it's like, fucking hell, like, how have we gotten to this point?
Like, I don't know. You see, this is why I'm kind of not all that fussed with politics. Like I kind of fail to believe. I fail to see how much is that actually affecting us in daily life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if someone has my data and I get, targeted ads, like, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Or like what difference does that make to me? You know what I mean? Like what is a right wing party going to actually bring in, that's actually going to bring about change to my daily life? And most likely it's just not going to change anything. You know what I mean?
I think that's so apparent with what's going on with Russia. Like, it's like no one wants a war, but it's like one person and the government is like, oh, let's go to war because, why not? It's like, I found what was I watching? I don't know if you watch Joe Rogan's podcast a lot.
No, I won't.
He basically a guy on called Joey Diaz, and they're basically talking about like how the FBI and like,
I know Joey Diaz, yeah.
Joey Diaz is a fucking amazing. He's tremendous. He's amazing.
He's so funny.
Basically, they're talking about like how people like track your phone, and they're like, it's constantly listening to you. That kind of scared me. But at the end of the day, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, fucking, cover up my cameras and fucking turn off my phone? I don't give a fuck. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. In the grand scheme of things, it's like, you just go with what the fuck is normal, and you can try and vote, but at the end of the day, it's probably not going to work. So you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. I try not to think about Irish politics, but apart from that, like, I like keeping up with world news.
Yeah, I suppose, like, if anything is big news, yeah, I keep up with it. But like in Ireland, like, it's just kind of like anything that I care about in terms of like housing or colleges or school or whatever, like nothing's changing, and nothing's changing anytime soon.
I agree.
And I don't like. I don't see if, right, let's say if Sinn Féin get in, and like what they actually want to do about the housing crisis.
There's not much you can do, and no one can do a lot of things. They're basically like, oh, we're gonna. They're basically just using stuff like that to get elected. They're like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then probably not end up doing it for a certain reason. Like, I'm pretty sure whoever was in Fianna Fáil or whoever was in before the current government probably was like, oh, let's do this, we're going to do this and that, and then COVID hit, and it's like, oh, well, we can't do that now, it's like, there's not much you can do. It's all
the only thing that you can really do is a rent cap, or to try and eradicate the vultures that are, like buying the new houses and just trying to sell them on for more or rent them out for more. But like, man, is that government at that point? Like what does the government just have to build the houses, own the houses, and make sure that they're only selling it to a young couple that have to apply for it? Or like,
well, that's what I mean? Basically like, socialism. Like, you can't do that, especially if a party is. I think Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael will both be pretty much like centre right, so like they wouldn't believe in socialism. Yeah. So that them doing that would be going against their own beliefs, even if it would solve the situation. I read something. It was probably on CNN or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it was. I read so much shit in terms of politics. It's fucked. They're like, in 10 years you will own nothing and you will be happy. I was like, that's a great quote, but it's probably gonna end up happening. Like,
yeah. But like my brother is 28 or something now, and like working full time. Has actually a very good job.
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend is working full time, and man, there's no chance of them buying a house anytime soon.
Yeah. People who want to settle down and have a family, I think I feel sorry for them the most. Student accommodation's fucked, like, fair enough, but like, you can still have public transportation. But like, when you're relying on, like, you need a job and you need a place you can live near your job to support your family and stuff, like, that's where it gets fucked. It's just weird. I want to get off politics because we're gonna annoy people.
Yeah. Definitely. That's what I'm brought on for. To talk about politics. Just to talk
about, everyone's watching the first 2 minutes. Oh, fucking politics again. Fuck off, man. I'm gonna ask you like a really simple question. How did you meet Russia and all the boys then do you hang out with?
Russia was a weird one, actually. You see, I never watched Twitch. Yeah. I'm not sure if he knows the whole story to this, but like, I never watched Twitch, and then I started streaming, and I started, like, obviously I was exposed to the Irish community and stuff like that. And even at that, I was still like just playing with my IRL friends on stream. You know what I mean? And then I started thinking, like, hold on a second, like, there's other streamers here. I want to see what they're doing and see if I like it, what I can take from it and stuff like that. And I came across Russia one day, and at the start I just couldn't understand it. The dude was sitting there, absolutely banging with viewers, banging with subs, and no offense to him, he's probably gonna watch this and be like, "Fuck Bob," but like he'd like I'm sure you know about KD and everything in Call of Duty, but like he did like a 1.2 KD.
He was just wank at the game, like.
But now he's gotten a lot better. He's actually very good at games now. I won't say he was wank at the game, but like I remember watching him, I was like, I can't understand this. Why?
Yeah, like he's very average.
Like
he's very average at the game. He's not particularly amazing at the game. Why are you watching someone play a game if not good? Kind of thing.
Yeah, because like anyone that I did watch at that point, it was like fucking top players. You know what I mean? And like I remember watching him, I was like, wait, hold on a second. I've been watching him for 2 hours now. You know what I mean? I was like, wait a second. Like he's actually like encapsulating the viewers into what he's doing. He's having a chat with them. He's having banter. And I'm genuinely just enjoying my time here. You know what I mean?
That was me though in your stream like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm not even joking. I came in, you were playing Minecraft that night, and you had all the boys in, and you were just deep conversations. Like, this is fucking amazing. Kind of motivated me to stream. But like, obviously, I think it was literally like a couple of days after the fucking. And the only reason I started watching, I knew of you beforehand. I think I've been following you for like 6 or 7 months. But like, I started watching you again recently because of like. Jane went into your stream and Jane was asking about like the cotton joke. I was like, okay, fair enough. And then I went in and I was like, oh, this is actually quite easy community. Just like, you know, you can just talk. So do you reckon you base your community a lot off of Russia, or do you take inspiration from him, and what sort of streamers you take inspiration from?
I'd love I take inspiration from Russia, but I feel like our streams are nearly like chalk and cheese. Like he does base his community around just chatting, getting to know people and stuff like that. Whereas I kind of try and do kind of 50-50 of just chatting with people, getting to know people, but my gameplay is actually very good as well. So
yeah, I think a lot of people would watch you and they'd be like, I think a lot of people would watch you and be like, oh, you're very similar to Russia. Like in terms of like your background, is similar enough in terms of like, you know, it's a nice depth of field, nice white wall in the background. You know, similar microphone. You know what I mean? He is this one. This one's way better. So if Russia's watching,
all right, yeah.
Like, it's so nice to like just touch and like be around.
It looks so much better. Like, look at this thing.
Yeah, I've had a few boys in the podcast who've had that, and it's just like it's a good mic. Don't get me wrong, it's fine, but it just looks like a fucking. It looks like this is like an erect penis. It's just fucking working. It's fully functional.
It's soft, flaccid.
It's just flaccid, like.
It kind of looks like a chode, if anything. That's terrible.
All the boys that I know who have that mic probably would have a chode as well. Just like,
nice.
Yeah,
just expose me.
Yeah. But yeah, how did you get to start talking to Russia, and how did that relationship start?
That day, I was just chatting in his chat the whole time. And I ended up just messaging him on Twitter. And I don't know why he chose to actually play with me. I think I was sitting on around like 250, 300.
When would this would have been? What time period would this have been in?
Ages ago. This must have been March last year.
So a year ago. That's not ages ago. That's a year ago. You know what I mean?
Well, like in terms of me streaming, like it is like I only started last January. You know what I mean? So I was only like 2-3 months into streaming. And like I don't know why he decided to play with me. It's probably just because I was Irish, and like the clips that I had up on Twitter that he probably saw was
and you're a similar age as well, aren't you?
I think he's like a year younger than me.
Yeah. There's still a connection there though. If you're the same age and stuff, like similar, like what age are you, like 23? 23, 22?
23, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like 21 to 23, 24 year olds kind of all stick together. Like like if I was 23, I'd be playing with that group. If I was like, I wouldn't play like a fucking 18-year-old and stuff. So it's like, I can see why you kind of bonded straight away and kind of started playing together. Like, do you reckon he wanted to see you grow as a streamer? Did he want to help you grow, or was that just kind of like he just wanted to play with you like kind of thing?
Yeah, that's one thing with Ush. Like he just wants to see people grow, and he's so happy when he sees people grow. Like I see a lot of content creators, especially in Ireland, like they'd be looking at people and like they're doing really well, and like the first thing that they say is, "Oh, like fuck that guy, I hate what he's doing," or whatever. You know what I mean? Whereas like I was nearly shocked at the time because like a little bit later on I kind of realized it, but like I was asked by another Irish streamer to like not stream at the same time that he was streaming.
You have to name him. I'll bleep it.
I'm not naming it. I'm not naming it. But I was asked to stop streaming at a certain time because on Twitch basically you can see who has like common viewers with you. What other channels have common viewers? And like we had like really high common viewers. I was just shocked at that because like obviously like at that time I was streaming with Rusher. I think I was just finished off streaming with Rusher over the summer. I streamed in the mornings with Rusher, and then I ended up going back to the evenings, and then that's when that happened. But it kind of put it into perspective for me that like Rusher was this guy that was like doing really, really well, but like he did not mind me streaming at the same time as him. And like obviously, like I was probably taking, I might have been taking a couple of viewers off him. I might have been taking some followers off him. But like it wasn't about that. It was more so like, geez, man, we're friends. Like
I
if
love
we're both
that.
growing, this is good. You know what I mean?
I love that type of like relationship where you can like you just like fucking like where you stand with a person. It's like
Yeah.
like there's you don't have to say a lot of shit, but you just know that he has your interests and you have his interests, and it's like it's just mutually beneficial for both of you. That's difficult to come across because I know when I stream, I have a lot of similar viewers to JSM. I don't know if you know JSM, Jamie. I have a lot of similar viewers to him, and I would tend to not go live when he's streaming because I know I don't want to take away from his viewers or he doesn't want to take away from mine and stuff like that, and it's a bit like shady. But that's mainly because I don't stream a lot, and when I do stream, I do take a lot of his viewers, so I feel self-conscious like I'm going to take his viewers or vice versa. I presume. So I just tend to like just stream at different times. So I'd love. If I was like a streamer full time, I'd love to have people around me that would be like edging me on, and be like, you can be the best if you want to be the best. It doesn't matter, like you can surpass me, like. And I have a lot of people like that. A lot of some of my close friends who do content, like J and Y would be one of them. I'm very like, we're very much like we want to push each other on, and we both want to see each other do well. And if one of us blows up, that's fantastic. If neither of us blow up, we're still on good terms and stuff. And it's like, I like that. I think that'd be some advice I'd probably give to a lot of young streamers or small streamers starting off. Try and find people who are similar, who you're friends with, because I feel like as well that could be turned bad if you start off with someone, you're both on 3 viewers and the other person goes to like 25. It could be like, oh fuck this guy, I'm going after these boys. And it's like, okay, kind of watch that.
But like I've so much respect for him for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever said it to him. Especially with the whole like, oh, your man asked me, can you not stream at this time? It just made me realize like there's a lot of people on Twitch that are like that and that are not fake, but like have only their own interest in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like with Russia, obviously we both realize that like we're both there to help each other grow. The content that we make together is very good. And like no matter what, we can pull in viewers, either collectively or individually. And we weren't insecure in that, you know what I mean? We were confident enough in ourselves that we could pull people in no matter what time we're streaming at, no matter who we're playing with, no matter what game we're playing. And I think that's one really important thing as well when it comes to streaming, that like, man, people are stuck to a game, and if they change off that game, they get nothing.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I've seen a lot of people play GTA RP, and like the whole RP community will watch their streams, and then if they go to like FIFA or something, then that community is not going to watch them anymore. So it's difficult. Like if you want to grow on Twitch, you have to build a community around you instead of or you and a few people instead of just you playing a game and being good at the game. Would you feel like it's easier to grow based? Do you feel like it's easier to grow based off of like having a good community or being very strong in one game?
Community, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Like I know, like, well, growth in what way? Like followers wise, probably being good at a game.
Nah, fuck followers. I don't think no one cares about Twitch followers. Yeah. Like I mean like average viewers. Like say for example, if you were like, say if you average 100 viewers playing Apex Legends and you were fucking serious at the game, like, but you had like a really dead chat, would you take getting partnered that way and then knowing that
I can't stream without a chat, and I don't know how I done it for months, but now when I'm doing it, like, I get energized by chat. Like most of my conversation flows from chat. And I know people so well now that like someone comes in and like I'm asking, oh, like how did your job interview go? Like how's your dog, and naming their dog and shit like that. You know what I mean? Whereas like, man, if people are good at a game, and that's all fine and well, you could be pulling 30, 40 viewers. And I know people in the Irish community that are pulling 30, 40 viewers because they're very good at a game. I've seen them switch over to games and drop down to 2-3 average.
Yeah, that happens.
Like how what would your mindset be at then if a new game comes out and like that game that you're good at is left in the dust? What's your plan of action then?
I think people, when they see success, I think everyone ideally wants to have a really good community that will back them and support them and be like, follow them on Twitter and YouTube and stuff and just be really like a great core like Nick Marks would have and stuff like that. But then I think sometimes when people get success, they're like almost overwhelmed by it and they're like, okay, well, this is working, so let me just fucking keep doing this and just like, even if it is inadvertently killing them long term, they'll be like, oh, short term success, oh, give me that, like. So it's a fine balance. Honestly, growing as a community would be way better, and it's kind of something I've always prided myself on, especially on YouTube, like having like a really good connection with the audience, always like replying to comments and stuff, and always like being there if someone needs like a DM or something. Like that's really important to me. Like that's what being a content creator is all about, is helping other people.
Yeah, like the amount of fucking, I'm sure you know yourself, the amount of messages that you get from people that are feeling down or need someone to talk to, or like even those messages where people turn around and say, here, look, like fucking COVID was a shit time and I just want to let you know that you helped me through it. Like that's what it's all about, and it's about building those connections with people, building up relationships with people, and I don't think a lot of small streamers realize that.
Yeah,
like you have to get to know your followers.
There's a few things there. I think smaller streamers think, oh, if I get to fame or if I get really, really big, then I'm going to have all this success and fame. And they don't really care about when they're small. When you're small, you have to focus on everyone. Every individual person comes into your stream to make sure they come back. And it doesn't mean you're being disingenuous by like constantly asking them how they're doing and stuff. It's you just have to be a nice person and be someone that people want to come back and watch. I think actually the other side of people like DMing you and stuff is I get like a lot of my audience DM me and they're like, Jake, how are you doing? Like, okay. That's how you know you have good people around you, and that's how you know you've built a decent sized community and a decent group of people. If they're asking you how you're doing and they engage you on a deeper level, that's really important.
But sure, like a lot of my friends now have come from streaming. Like a lot of my mods I talk to on a daily basis, even if I'm not streaming, or like I'm just talking to on Snapchat or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like the VIPs or whatever. Now saying that, I'm a fucking cunt for being so bad at replying. I'm so bad.
You are bad. It's bad.
I could leave someone undelivered for like 6 or 7 days at a time. I'm not messing. And it's not even me just like looking at that message and being like, not fucking arse talking to that person. It's literally just me being an idiot.
I'm the same. There was a person, I don't know if they're gonna watch the podcast. There was a person who DM'd me like after the cotton thing, and they were like, they sent me like fucking like an essay of like, Jake, I hope you're okay, blah blah, and I was like, I read it and I just didn't reply. I don't know why I didn't reply. I don't know what was in it that I just didn't reply. It's just something comes across you. It's like I don't like people feeling bad for me. Sometimes I just don't like replying to people when it's like I appreciate their sentiment, but I just don't like replying. It just makes me feel weird if I'm replying to someone. They're constantly like, oh, I hope you're okay and stuff. It can affect me. Like it's hard. It's difficult. I don't think anyone can like understand that what I've just said there. But it's just if you're a streamer,
I don't think I truly understand that. You know what I mean? Like I've never been in like controversy or been like really down for someone to turn around to me and be like, oh, I hope you're okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what it is though is just like words, and I don't relate to words. If someone rang me and they're like, Jake, how are you doing? I have a way more engaging conversation, but because it's like words and it's like a big massive essay, and it's like, I don't know if you're being genuine or disingenuous. I don't know what you're like. I know you're trying to be a nice person, but I don't know what you're trying to say to me. I don't know what the sentiment or where the motivation's coming from. Do you just want to stick beside me so like I don't consider you a snake? Or there's a lot of things come into my mind when I'm talking to people, and I feel bad when I don't reply, but sometimes I don't reply because I don't know what to say or know where they're coming from or what their perspective is on something. It irks me. What I would say to anyone, if they want to get in touch with me, just ring me. Like, I'm fucking down.
I'd be the exact same. I just get really paranoid about or like just anxious about committing myself to a conversation.
Yeah,
because like I know if I text someone back, like the conversation is going to go on from there, and there's a lot of the time where I'm just not in the headspace for it.
Or you just don't have the time, or you just want to do other things. It's just not on your priorities at the moment. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of the time, I nearly feel like I don't have the mental capability though. Like I go on stream and I'm talking for fucking 6 hours. You know what I mean? When I log off, most of the time, I don't want to talk to anyone.
That's a real thing that content creators have. It's like you go on stream or you make a video and you're the most sociable person, but when you come off that camera and everything's kind of off and you're just there on your own, it's kind of lonely. In a lot of ways.
Very.
It's you Yeah, no. People think if you get big as a streamer or something, if you get big as like a streamer, or you have loads of people around you 24/7 who are like always just there, like licking your arse, or kind of just being nice to you, or always there for you. Like you'd always have a circle. But I've noticed well a lot of online people are so lonely when they're on their own, and they come onto Twitter, they come onto some place, and they're like, this is like their way of talking to people.
Yeah.
And I try and keep that in the back of my mind at all times. Like, so the reason someone's on Twitter sometimes just to talk to people and just to, even if they're trying to be controversial, just to get a reaction because they're fucking lonely as fuck on the inside. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's why I kind of like, I noticed that a lot as well, especially when COVID was at its worst. Like, but like I noticed that, and I think that's why I kind of try and stay clear of controversy in my streams.
You're dead right.
Try,
From my experience. Fuck that shit.
But like I just want it to be such a welcoming place for absolutely everybody. You know what I mean? Like if someone wants to come in and have the banter, they can have the banter. If someone wants to come in and just have a chat, they can have a chat. But I've kind of centered it around it being an escape for people, because like I've noticed so many people coming in and saying, look, and I don't have any friends. You know what I mean? And like I don't have anyone to talk to about this problem or that problem. And like I want it to be a place where people feel comfortable with coming in and just chatting about stuff.
Yeah. When you were in college, were you like sociable, or did you have like a group of people that you were talking to all the time? Or
I had a group of friends, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went out with them once in 3 years.
I was the same with a lot of my friends.
Happened and stuff, but like even at that, like before that in first year, like I never went out.
Yeah. Did you go to student accommodation, or were you like traveling out and stuff?
I was commuting.
Yeah. See, I think I was the same. I think it's hard to engage with people or to build relationships when you're at the back of your mind. You're always like, well, I'm going home at 5.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you. It's like, see you tomorrow. And it feels like you're back in school kind of when you go into college if you're commuting in. What I would say, see, it's fucking difficult as well, like for people to get accommodation and stuff. So it's like sometimes it's not even your choice.
Yeah, it can be expensive.
But it's. I was the same with a lot of my friends I had in college. I literally probably only talked to them when I was playing football. Like when I was playing football with them, or if I was playing sports and stuff, I wouldn't talk to them at any other point. And it's, I don't know, I think if you're going to college with a group of people that you already know, I think you'd be better off, because socializing is hard. And what I found this year from being in college starting in September is like people are so unsociable now. It's actually criminal. People don't know how to talk.
Trying to have a conversation with people.
People don't know how to talk at all anymore because of COVID. They just think everything's online, and most people are on their phones in the class and stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that from like I've been going out quite a bit recently with the lads and stuff, and you'd start talking to someone and like you're trying to carry the conversation, but like people just don't understand how to carry a conversation anymore.
I think finding people online is, I think finding people online is better, because I think it's easier to learn more about someone quicker if you talk to them online in a weird way, because I feel like people are more vulnerable online than what they would be saying face to face. Like I know if I sat down and I talked to Gar, for example, I know that I could get way more out of him through texting, from texting or just talking to him on a video call or something, than probably what I would in real life, because in real life, you're just focusing on like a million different things at once. And it's like when you're just talking to them online, it's just like you and them.
Yeah, I'd be very bad in like a lot of social situations. Like, I'd be very anxious with like if I would, like, one thing that I'm terrified of, if I go on a date, and like I'm sitting in front of a girl, we're having a meal, like what happens if I just have nothing to talk about?
I can't relate. I've never had that problem where I've been like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to say. And that's probably why I do podcasts. I know what to talk about and stuff, but I wouldn't say I have like good social skills. Like I'm pretty much like I'm the same as everyone else. Like if I'm talking to someone, there's like weird little tendencies that I do, and just like people do different things, and it's like, how do you respond to what they're doing? And the one thing that I hate is when you talk to someone who's really sociable and they're constantly talking with themselves. I'm like, you need to get a firm grip. I'm not trying to be nice.
I love it. I could just sit back and relax then. I don't have to be thinking, oh my God, okay, how am I going to reply to this or that? I love that. I
like this conversation we're having now, though. It's very 50-50.
Back and forth.
Yeah. That's some people, I think Gara and Jim were asking like, how do you get better at podcasts? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I missed the podcast, you know. Last podcast they was fucking talking about cotton, I got cancelled. So don't take what I say, but it's like, I think the best podcast you have with people are when you can constantly just talk back and forth, and it's not like, oh, I'm asking you questions, you're asking me questions, because then it just turns into an interview. And it's like people like listening to real conversations. That's why a lot of podcasts like Joe Rogan's would do well, and other podcasts like that. It's very nice and calm. It feels like you're part of the conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing. It just needs to be a conversation
Yeah.
rather than like obviously there has to be questions thrown in there. You know what I mean? But to get certain pieces of information out, but like for the most part, like it has to be a conversation because then it just doesn't feel natural. And as you said, it just feels like an interview.
This does feel natural. I'm quite enjoying this. This is
I'm
great.
vibing.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
What was college like? What were you doing in college, and what were you kind of what were you expecting from college long term?
I was doing creative media, which is kind of a weird one. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of graphic design, learning about the media, and like video production, video editing. So that's why I'm so like big into tech with like what I have for my setup and stuff like that. I'm a bit of a tech nerd, like. But the long term plan was to go on and do a level 10 and like get my doctorate and be a lecturer.
Yeah.
But obviously that hasn't happened.
Yeah, just some stuff happened.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say there? Yeah, no, I was doing something similar in college. I was doing this is part of the problem. I didn't even fucking know what I was doing. It was like fucking ICT, so it's like computer it was a computer course. It was a basic level entry course. It would have been similar points level to creative media. But creative media wasn't in that college that I was going to. It was in a different sector or a different college, a different part of the county. So I wanted to do that. That was like the main one I wanted to do, because I didn't do great in school. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I was fucking amazing.
I was the same.
Yeah, like I just couldn't concentrate in school like at all. I was very much like, I was very creative, and I very much knew why I was in school and what the purpose of school was. And like I was very aware. I was psycho aware of like school's just fucking weird. Like, if you think about it, like you don't learn anything you want to learn. You don't learn like stuff that's useful. Like they don't even teach you how to sign on a Thursday. They don't teach you how to fucking get your driver's license. They don't teach you how to do anything that you need to be able to do in real life.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Like
Taxes. I don't even know how to fucking get tax back. I don't know if I've spent enough to get tax back, or
the amount of times I've went to get tax back, and like I end up going on to some tax website that want to do it for you, and they're charging you 250 quid. Like, and I'm like, man, I just want my tax back. Like, where do I go? It's a pain in the arse, but like, yeah, like even like man, a class navigating the MyGov website or something. A 2-week class. And
it wouldn't be hard as well, because they throw in a lot of classes in school that just are not beneficial. Like they have CSP or SPHE and stuff, which I understand, and I think that's the sort of stuff that you should be teaching. But I think the problem with school is like, if you want to do something in college, like you don't get a taste of what you want to do. I feel like when you're 17, 18, it's very important for you to develop and be like, when I'm older, I want to do this. But a lot of people are like in school are like, they're just studying their English, Irish, maths, and it's like they don't know what they want to do because they don't know what they're fucking good at. Like that's why you see a lot of people who are good at sports, because they know what they're good at when they do sports. Or if someone who does fucking drama, they know what they want to go on and be an actor or something. But like if you want to be a fucking, I don't know, for example, if you want to work in the RT, there's absolutely nothing in school that would give you that
a taste of it. Yeah,
I'd love, or I'd be good at doing that, and that's the problem. That's the failure with secondary school, in my opinion. That's
just the creative sector, though. Like anything technology based, like you have to think like people are going into fucking computer science after barely touching a computer in school.
It's scary. They
like it's fucked.
And they're the people who are going to end up getting the high level business jobs and stuff, and like people who are working in high sectors, and it's like, it's the course I was doing, there was literally a whole like module on like learning Microsoft Word. I would have thought that would have been a bit more like, that's like pretty simple-ish, learning Microsoft Word. Like, you know what I mean? Teaching you Photoshop or Premiere Pro is interesting. That was really beneficial for what I was doing. But like, you would have thought people would know how to do Word and like Excel and stuff. Like, but people have no clue. Like, they don't know what the fuck.
Some people don't have a breeze.
They don't even know what the fuck, like how a monitor works.
I was sitting in 6th year or something, and one of the lads was like trying to type, and like was no, I'm not messing. Like he didn't have a computer at home. We never used computers in school, and he genuinely he was struggling to type.
Yeah,
and like you have to think like the way that society and life is right now, you need to know how to do that.
Yeah, everything is online now as well because of COVID. Everything, and there's some people who don't know how to work fucking Zoom.
Yeah. Same with Moodle as well.
Moodle was an interesting one for me. I didn't have a clue what the fuck was going on, and it actually started complicated. Like,
a
little bit.
I fucking hated Moodle. Oh my god.
What college were you, if you don't mind me asking?
Dundalk.
Dundalk of a college? Dundalk? That
Yeah.
Dundalk's the north of Laois, isn't it? Or the north
North
of
Loud.
yeah, Loud, yeah.
Loud, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're away from
Kind of on
Dundalk,
the
you should be
border.
fine. Or not from
Yeah.
Dundalk, from Drogheda. Jesus Christ.
God,
Drogheda's
I
weird.
love Drogheda.
You love Drogheda? Would you prefer to
I
live in
love
Drogheda or Dundalk?
Drogheda.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
does Drogheda not
I
have,
know
like,
a lot of people in Drogheda, like, so.
yeah. Would you not feel like
'Cause, like,
Drogheda is like a bit more dangerous though? Or
it
are they both like
probably
the
is,
same?
but like it's just kind of like there's certain like sections of Drogheda that are like, yeah, you probably shouldn't go there.
Yeah.
But like when you walk around the streets, it's not that bad, honestly. Like I've been out on like loads of nights out in Drogheda, and like I've never seen anything really happen, anything kick off.
Yeah. There's
Obviously, there's a big drug problem in Drogheda.
I was about to say
Well,
that,
there
yeah.
was recently, but that was a bit crazy because you go in for your fucking shopping and there'd be armored cars going around. Like you're absolutely terrified, and like there was a couple of murders as well. Like it was fucked for a while. Like
That part of the country seems to be in a lot of controversy recently. Like Tullamore, like around that area, like above Dublin, like, you know, around, like underneath Cavan, like that area just seems to be like very much crime.
I'm telling you, go up to Donegal or something and go by the coast up there.
Ever been to Bundoran?
No.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a kiddie fiddler place.
Why would I go there then?
I never know. Like, bring a packed lunch in the white van, you know? No comment. No comment.
God.
Yeah, no comment.
No comment.
Who would you say, going back to like the whole content creation stuff, who would you say has been like your mentor? Obviously Russia's like, you'd be close enough to Russia, but who's like your mentor in terms of like, who would you look up to? It could be anyone, any sort of streamer, any sort of content creator. Who would you look up to?
I was a huge Nate Shaw fan.
I love Nate Shaw. That's why you have the fucking Astros on.
I love Nate Shaw. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I love him, and I know he gets a lot of hate, especially with the whole Nick Merckx thing.
Yeah,
They kind of fucked him over on, but just like growing up with his content, you know, like that is what I love. Saying that recently, I wouldn't really watch him because like,
I wouldn't
obviously
either.
he doesn't put out all that much stuff. It's more so the 100 Thieves stuff. But in terms of like content now, Kelly Wakasa, I fucking love Kelly Wakasa.
She good looking.
It's a boy. But yeah, he's stunning.
That's great. Yeah, I started watching Nate Shaw, I'd say about 2012 maybe. He was a fucking goat. Like, I remember watching him. That's the reason I got into fucking competitive Call of Duty. Like, I was watching him play game battles all the time. Him and T Martin would have been another one. T Martin would have been doing like game battles and Advanced Warfare. I was like, oh, this looks fucking class. Like, and I started getting into that, and I remember watching Nate Shaw play Land, was it with Optic, playing on Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
That was just a time to be alive. Like, 2012 was for 13, 14
back then. League play on Black Ops 2. Oh my god.
I never got into zombies in Call of Duty.
I wouldn't say I ever got into it, but like I'd still play it.
I played every now and again with the boys, but I wouldn't go out my way to be like, oh, look at the Easter eggs. Oh, like,
yeah. No, I done the Easter egg. When was it? Last year, my first charity stream. We done the Easter egg, and like it took out like 4 or 5 hours, which was fantastic.
Yeah, you just said fuck all else to be doing.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's you're just on autopilot mode because like everyone can train zombies now. You know what I mean? It's kind of just a little bit too easy at this point as well.
Yeah,
a lot of people are just good at
challenging.
games. Yeah, people are just good at games now. So like it's just like,
yeah, I think playing against AI now is fucking dead.
Yeah.
No one wants to play against AI. Even like, I remember growing up, like career mode on FIFA was the fucking shit. Like, and now no one plays career mode because like, oh, you're playing against a computer. Like,
if I was playing FIFA, I'd play for career mode.
I would as well. I don't play Ultimate Team or nothing like that. Like, there's a reason for that. In FIFA 15, I was close behind Gamblers Anonymous at that stage. Like, I'd been like first year, second year. That was a joke, by the way. But like, the amount of money that I used to spend on FIFA points was
really
fucked. I remember like basically like all my community money I spent on FIFA points that year. Like, I had community money from like 5 years of my credit union, and I spent most on FIFA points. And it was just an addiction, like, just because I love match attacks and I loved all that shit. Like,
any cards, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Addictive. Yeah, well, Pokemon. I never got into Pokemon and stuff like that.
No, I never got into Pokemon, though.
My cousins loved Pokemon to the point where I was like,
I can't really understand it. But then again, I never had a Game Boy or a DS or anything, so like,
yeah, I had a Game Boy, but I was playing like fucking Harry Potter on the Game Boy. Like, it wasn't exactly like
See,
But
the graphics were unreal on that.
yeah, no, it was amazing. Like Hagrid was fucking, but like, yeah, jeez, I'd stick my fucking,
Oh.
yeah, if only he could bend over, you know. I'd say he was great on a broom. I never grew up with Pokemon. I hated it. All my cousins loved it. Everyone that I knew loved it. Never get into it. It was like just a DS thing that people would play, and I just didn't understand it. Like, and I just never get into it. And all the girls, or well, it's just e-girls online. They love Pokemon. They think Pokemon is the best thing. Like, they find it kinky. Like,
but I suppose it's anything mobile games, like not necessarily like your phone, but like anything on the Switch and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of e-girls.
Yeah. You ever watch Ninja and he's just there on the side playing Pokemon Go? It does my fucking tits in. He's just there.
I don't watch him anymore at all.
Yeah, he's fallen off a little bit. But he'd be there just playing fucking, we'll say Fortnite, and he'd just be on the side, like doing his little fucking, throw the ball, Pokemon Go. Fuck off, man. Pay attention to the stream. No one cares about your addictions.
I find a lot of people doing that as well, like not even just playing games on the phone, but like a lot of people to just sit there and text when they're streaming.
That's so rude.
That bugs the shit out of me. And look, like obviously, like I do it the odd time. Which is like, I think that's acceptable. Like if you need to reply to someone, you need to reply to someone, you know what I mean? Or you need to call someone to get someone on or something. But man, I'd go into a small streamer, like maybe it is a case of like they're not really expecting someone to be talking in the chat.
Yeah.
But like when I go into a stream and like I say hello and like let's say they're playing Apex, right?
Yeah.
And there's downtime in the pre-game lobby before they get into a game, but they spend that time just on their phone instead of looking at chat, and then they're in a game and they don't reply to you for fucking 20-25 minutes. I'm out of the stream by that time.
Yeah, they're the type of people as well who'd be like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong? Why are people not watching me? It's like, I never go into someone's chat, and if they're concentrating the game, I'd never start like typing in the chat. Like, it's only when they start talking chat, I'll start talking back to them, kind of thing. It's like,
yeah.
So when they're in the pre-game lobby and they're doing nothing and they're just fucking looking at their phone on Snapchat trying to get bitches, it's like, what are you doing? You're a streamer. You're streaming.
What's the point of streaming?
What is the point of streaming? There's so many people who do that. It's fucking infuriating. A lot of people, especially who are big on Twitter, who'd go on to Twitch and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to be a Twitch streamer now because like I've clout on Twitch or Twitter. And they go on to Twitter, be like, oh, I'm live, guys. Go on to Twitch, and it's just them on their phone for like 20 minutes because they just don't have any social skills at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hurts.
I find that a lot in the Irish scene.
Do you?
Yeah, people not paying attention to chat.
I think that's a lot. I think that's down to the fact that a lot of people wouldn't be in their chat, or their chat wouldn't move particularly fast.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
like
kind
even
of
at that, like I remember like when I was streaming to fucking like for months, I was streaming to less than 5 people. You know what I mean? And like I remember being glued to my chat. Like I don't think people, when someone comes into a chat, people don't respond to them in the right way. Like someone comes into someone's chat and says hello, you don't just say hello back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You say, oh, well, how's things? How are you getting on? How are you doing? How was your week been? They start talking about work. What do you do for work? Stuff like that. Just a normal conversation. But like people don't do that. It's just like, oh, hi, how's things?
Yeah,
whatever.
It's like,
you know what I mean?
That's kind of what I was on about though with the whole like Irish content creation. I'm not getting into it in today's podcast. I don't care what opinion you have. Yeah. I'm sick to the fucking dick of talking about like this Irish content creation stuff. Because I shouldn't have tweeted it. I'm at that point now where I just shouldn't have tweeted it. Like, the aggro that I've gotten is because of it. Like, it's just fucking retarded. But like, it's so. That's what I'm basically on about. Like, but content creators like at a lower level thinking that they're no one's watching them, so they just won't partake in any sort of social situation. They just won't be interactive at all. They just play their game. They'll go on and play their game. Honestly, if I was like a streamer starting off, I don't know what you would do, but if I was a streamer starting off, I'd learn from other people who are doing well.
Yeah.
I take what they're doing. But if like I try and like interact with other people's chats, try and interact on social media, and then be like, okay, well, I'm going live now, and if the people that I've talked in that chat follow me on other socials, then they might come over to me, and when they're the person that live, you know what I mean? So like I know a lot of people will be talking to Gara's show's chat.
Yeah.
Some of them should just start streaming and see what happens, because like I'm presumed they're after building up like some sort of connection with the people in his chat, like so.
Yeah.
Just give it a go.
I think it's more so a case of like when people do start streaming and those people do start coming over to the stream, people just don't know how to hang on to people. Like hang on to viewers, hang on to, like make relationships with people. Do
you reckon that's a social thing, or do you reckon that's because they don't understand streaming?
they don't understand streaming.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a social thing because most of the people that are streaming are in 9 to 5 jobs or in school or in college, and they are talking to people all day, every day. But I don't know, maybe it's that they're too comfortable in their work or school that like they don't know how to start new conversations
That's
with
such
people.
a great point. People who are doing full-time education or they're doing like basically just doing streaming on the side, they don't give it like that much. Like they don't have the desire to be like, okay, my fucking bread and butter here should be getting to a certain amount of viewers, or or not even certain amount of viewers, but like getting to a point where I can do this as a job. Like I want to be a streamer. That's my goal. I think that's why, you know, me and you do well, or Garrett as well, because our full-time stuff is doing content creation. Like everything, every one person that comes in means a shit ton to us. Every last like sub, donation, follow means the fucking world, because like that's our job, it's our bread and butter. Like that's the right way of supporting. But if you've like another source of income, or for your like, if you don't do streaming as your main thing, it would be difficult, I feel like, for them to genuinely care without putting it on. You know
I think it just more so comes down to people's goals and aspirations and stuff like that. Like when I started, I was working in Woodies.
Woodies is a
actually
good
my
job.
best friend. It was fucking unreal. We were in from like 6 o'clock in the morning till like 12 midday, right?
Yeah.
And like it was just me and my best friend. And like for like 3 hours in the morning, there was no one else in the shop. So it was just me and him just talking the whole time. And then there was just 3 hours of work that I just fly by. You just talk shite to people.
Woody's seems like a fun job. I like the uniform as well, like the green. It's not bad. It's not bad. You don't like the uniform?
I don't know, because like you were given like 3 different t-shirts, and like most of the time, like the people behind the counters and stuff would have green, but like we were doing like restock and stuff like that. We just have a grey t-shirt on.
All
like an idiot.
all the young people that I see working in Woodies and stuff like that, like they're all like with their muscle, like, you know, they go to the gym and stuff. They're lifting.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Day. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was doing that, and I was doing a full-time college course at the same time.
What time would this been? Would this been before COVID or during COVID?
Oh, was there COVID?
Would be this
COVID
2019?
Yeah. There was COVID. This was only last year. This was last like January or so.
Oh yeah.
January, February, March. Yeah, I was in Woodies, and then I was missing college because of Woodies, coming home, catching up on college work, and then streaming. But like, I don't think people like at the end of the day, I was going into streaming saying, I want this to be my job. I want this to be full time.
Yeah, you always had that at the back of your mind, like you want to be.
I always had that goal.
Yeah.
But like people, I don't know. People come too complacent when it comes to like dreams and goals.
Yeah, people set expectations on themselves, and they never get there. And then they're like, they're damned because they never get the sensation of achieving a goal or getting to a certain point. And that could fuck people up. Like, that'll fuck people off their course. That'll, in terms of like life course, not like an actual college course. Like, people will get fucked off their track, and they'll be like, oh, if I set this goal of 10,000 followers by 2021 and I didn't get there. So like, I'm fucked. Like, I can't, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, small little goals, achieve the small little goals, make sure you're fucking putting in effort. I think that's what it comes down to, though. I think it comes down to effort. I think it comes down to how much you can apply yourself to being a content creator.
Yeah. I try and stay clear of goals.
Me too. Yeah.
I kind of like at the start of the year, like, you know the way like people put up saying, "Oh,
I hate it.
My goals for this year is this much, or this much followers, this much average viewers, or whatever." Whereas what I done was like I started off this year with this much. Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah,
let's see what we do get to.
That's where a lot of people do really well. Actually, I find like people who have that mentality do really like they do a lot better. Because I feel like when you put a goal in yourself, you're always reaching for that goal. If you don't have a goal, you like, in my head, the limits are the sky's the limit. Like,
yeah,
you can achieve anything if you don't have a goal. But if you have a goal, it's like you're always trying to fucking hit a roof. Like, so you
and
don't
like
experiment.
you have to think, like, if you don't hit that goal, like, let's say like at the start of this year, I said I want 10,000 followers on Twitch.
Yeah,
which is, in all fairness, pretty unrealistic for me at this point.
How many do you have now? Like 2-3K?
2.1, I think.
Me doing
just
research.
2.1. Yeah.
Look at that shit.
But like if I didn't hit 10K, I would have been disappointed. Whereas if I started off this year with, I don't know, it was like 1,700 followers or something, and I was like, I started off this year with 1,700. No matter what I hit by the end of the year, I'm going to be happy because I'm going to have seen growth.
Yeah, putting a timescale on the goal is fucked, in my opinion. Like, people will be like, I want 100,000 YouTube subs by December. and that was kind of my ideology, but now it's kind of like probably recently, like since December, I kind of changed it up. I was like, okay, I'm on, we'll say 6,000 subs on YouTube. I want to get to 10,000, but I don't know when I'm going to get there. But 10,000 is my next like milestone. That's what I want to get to at some stage. But it doesn't really matter when. Yeah. As long as I'm seeing some sort of growth daily, I don't really give a fuck about long-term goals. It's all about in the moment, because the amount of time and effort you put in at the moment really does show. And I feel like if you're having fun making content as well, like the goals shouldn't really matter. Like if you're having fun and you're making content people want to watch and you're seeing the numbers steadily grow up anyway, it's like, you know, just having fun. It's a job.
I think that's why a lot of people quit as well. Like goals. Because like I don't know, I find a load of people start and it's like, oh, I'm going to put 6-month time frame on this. And like, if I'm not hitting X amount of viewers by the end of those 6 months, like it's pointless. It's worthless.
Yeah. I think Twitch kind of encourages that though, from a business point of view. It's like, with the amount of analytics they give you, it's like, if you average like I think with the baseline revenue as well, a lot of people are like, oh, I have to get my baseline revenue. It's like I have to put in my hours and stuff. And it's like, I know a lot of streamers that just sit there and they have like a baseline revenue of like 350 maybe. And they'll just sit there for 4 hours just doing fuck all. Or they just put up the Just Chatting stream or the Be Right Back stream for like 3 hours and be like, oh, I'm going to get my baseline revenue now, guys.
I remember seeing a lad from, where is he from? He's from like Liverpool, maybe. He's English anyway. But he's a partner and like he was doing really well. And like, look, he moved on with streaming or whatever. And like he has a full-time job. But what he does is he literally puts on like some like YouTube video on his stream just to get his baseline revenue.
That's such a strat. That's such a weird thing that they brought in.
Yeah,
it's so.
I don't
strange.
agree with it at all.
No, it's
not about the quantity of content. It's about the quality.
I 100% agree. It's also, it gives people a motivation to stream, but it also gives people like a way out that like they can just get a certain amount of money every month if they just fucking do nothing. It's weird. You should have. I feel like if you get
shit numbers.
I feel like the counter to that would be like having an average of 20 viewers, or having an average of 20 viewers for or average like 15. Say if you average like 50, you have to have an average of 15 over a certain period of time to get that baseline revenue instead. It's weird.
What the baseline revenue goes on your revenue from the previous month, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's so. If you get like 500, your baseline revenue for next month would be like 350 or something.
Yeah,
something like that. I'm not really 100% sure, but if you have like a really good month where someone just comes into your stream and drops 200 gifted subs, the next month you can literally just do fucking nothing and you can get pretty much half that money. And it's just like, I'm probably going to be doing that, so I'm not really going to complain, you know? But like, it's not good. If you want to grow as a streamer, you have to put in effort. Don't be fucking sitting there being like, oh, baseline revenue, oh, analytics. It's like, stream because you're having a fun time. I don't have the viewer count on when I stream, and I average like 25 viewers, and I'm happy with like the chat going whatever way it's going and stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm nearly nervous that like if I do get bigger and chat's going more, I'll lose that connection with the followers.
Yeah, people then start putting on sub only mode. I'm like, you are a weirdo. Yeah. Sub only mode's a weird thing.
Like I'd be looking at like the likes of like I don't know who I was talking to there the other day, but I was watching XQC or something, and like he's like he doesn't actually talk to chat. He's there playing on his own.
It's a lonely thing. That's very much like, it's like his chat is more of a reaction, and you've people like Aiden Ross and Trainwreck as well, where their communities are just reaction based, and it's not like they have no substance, substance to what they're saying. It's like, oh, KEKW guys, lol, like, oh, XQCL, like that's like their only conversation. Like, and honestly, I find XQC like funny to watch sometimes, but I wouldn't be able to watch him every day. Like,
I tune into him the odd day, but like I think his content is great, and like he puts in a ridiculous amount of hours.
Yeah,
like I saw something like in the last like 5 years or something, he took like 20 days off streaming, something like that, which is absolutely crazy. But like I don't know how he gets on every single day and just can't talk to chat. Like he obviously he would if he could, and he has done in the past. But like, how does he get on for 8 hours a day? And like most of the time he doesn't play games with people.
No.
And like he's just sitting there playing a game or doing something, and like can't have a conversation with chat because it's going so quick that you can't actually hold a conversation with someone.
The way that I watch a lot of the big streamers, if I do watch them, is I'd watch them as if I'm watching a YouTube video. And it's like, if I'm watching Nick Marks, he's very good at interacting with his chat as well, to be fair to him. But like, if I'm watching SQC, or if I'm watching Aiden Ross, it's not really like I can't get involved in the stream or the chat. It's just kind of like you just go full screen, just watch the stream and see what's happening. That's kind of what I do with it.
Yeah.
I do watch SC a little bit. If he's doing a story game, I'll watch him, and I'll just watch him play the story game, so I just find interesting in playing it. Or if he's doing Minecraft speedruns, I'll watch that as well. Like, I find it interesting, so I'll watch it. But Joe's a criminal, an absolute criminal for being a fucking AFK streamer. You know, fucking Tifu. The guy doesn't even like. He barely talks to
I don't watch
chat.
him at all. I don't think I've ever watched him.
It's so annoying because he was like a Fortnite streamer for like ages, or like a competitive streamer. So he's not really used to having like an active enough chat. But he's a great community, like, don't get me wrong, but like he's very much like he got big off of playing video games, and like he's a gamer, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's an interesting perspective.
I'd struggle with that so much.
I'd struggle having to play a game for a living in terms of that would just not be what I wanted to do. I wouldn't want to be like a professional gamer. I wouldn't want to be like a gamer who streams games. And no, it's fun, but like I want to be more of like being a content creator and being a gamer is a different thing. I feel like, even though
I'd love to stray away from games.
Yeah, would you like to just do just chatting and stuff, or what?
Yeah, just chatting in terms of streaming, but like in terms of like actual content and stuff like that, like I'd love to just be getting out and about. But like I'm sure you know yourself, like it's very hard to get out and about to create YouTube videos when you live at home.
Yeah,
everyone that you want to work with lives a good bit away. You're trying to set dates for things. You have BistoBob fucking sleeping in and stuff. You know what I mean? Like like I'd love to be going out and doing the types of videos that like fucking Kelly Picasso is doing, or who's your man that you mentioned last
Jamie
night?
J. Carr or something.
No, you know your man from England that ran for mayor.
Oh, Nick Amalana.
Yeah, I'd love to be doing videos like that, because like that's what I actually watch on YouTube. I don't go like Rusher said it to me the other night, and like put it into perspective for me. Like, dude, neither of us actually go onto YouTube and watch gaming videos.
No,
but
no one watches what they do.
Yeah, me and Rusher put up gaming videos.
Yeah,
and
I'm the same.
Why are we doing that if it's not content that we would actually consume?
That's like what's the word I'm looking for? That's kind of like an epiphany that I had recently. Where it's like I'm uploading videos that I wouldn't watch, but people love watching. And it's like, that's kind of knowing your audience, but like, that's why I want to get to a point where I am doing Nico Amalana style videos, because that's the stuff when I go on YouTube I watch. I'll watch the Simon's type of videos that are different every week. I'll watch Simon, I'll watch Nico Amalana, Mr. Beast. So therefore, that's the type of content I want to make. And that's how I kind of started doing YouTube. I was making stuff that I wanted to make. In the last like 6 months, I've kind of been like, oh, well, this is a good formula. This works. I'm going to keep doing this. And it's slowly rotting away my creativity. So that's why I'm kind of gone away from some of the stuff that I was doing. I'm focusing on new things. Because like one that I'm working on now at the moment is how I learned Irish in 24 hours. If I saw that on YouTube, I'd watch that. If I saw like someone trying to because it's just interesting, no one's done that before, so it's like that's just a different idea that I'd probably click on if I saw my recommended.
I just can't understand why. Like you have to think about it. Like if I don't watch YouTube videos, or if I don't watch gaming videos on YouTube, and I'm uploading gaming videos on YouTube, you have to think that I'm definitely doing something wrong in those gaming videos. I've no education on how gaming videos are created or made. There's no structure to it. You know what I mean? I literally do an intro. I do like a little bit of like, maybe like if there's a new season out, I go through the battle pass or whatever, I talk about it a little bit, and then I go into a gameplay. And it's just like, that's what I do. But at the same time, it's like if I was actually doing an IRL video, like I know from not only experience in college of videography and cinematography and stuff like that, I know not only from that and editing as well, but like actually watching videos and like consuming content, that I know how it's structured and how to make a storyline of it, start, middle, and end.
Yeah.
And like have it engaging. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm so stupid doing it right now, doing gaming videos.
I think if YouTube is like your full-time thing, like it's pretty much my full-time thing, you'd understand what you're doing wrong. Like I spend a lot of time as like a YouTuber, as like a full-time YouTuber. I spend a lot of time consuming content. My biggest like not really a goal. One of my biggest thing, my two big things for the new year was, one, become more articulate, like be able to talk better. But other one was to stop looking at information, not absorbing that information. Like I feel like I'm looking at a lot of stuff and I'm not taking it in, or I'm not like, I'll read a shit ton and I will have, in a week's time I'll forget it, or I wouldn't understand it, or I wouldn't like fully take it in. So that's like what I'm trying to do now. If I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm taking every sort of information that they're doing.
Yeah.
If it's working for them, like I'm going to try and implement that into mine and stuff. And it's like, if you're a full-time YouTuber, you look at all that stuff because it's like you want to get bigger. You're looking at like, why are other people doing good and stuff. And
especially on YouTube, like there's certain ways to hit algorithms.
Oh yeah. There's
You know
no
what I
better
mean?
feeling.
Like-
I've never had
like-
that before. Like where I've actually
Yeah.
a video's done really well. It's fucked. It's so annoying.
But like there is a formula to it with your thumbnail and your
Yeah.
title and the actual structure of the video. But like most people don't do it. Like I know there's one guy. He gained like fucking 5 million subs or something in 6 months. It was like it broke records. But like what he does is
Yeah.
literally like 3-minute videos of Discord calls. But like he just takes the like or Discord messages. But like he makes a story out of the Discord messages. But
That's
like
a
when
really
you
good
watch
idea.
like, and I won't mind. It's like you're watching it. It's like, man, this isn't even all that good. But like it's because it's like 2-3 minutes long, and you see another title that kind of catches your eye. And it's like, oh, I'll watch that as well.
Yeah.
So that he actually ends up like anyone that goes on and watches one of his videos actually goes on to watch maybe 5 to 10 of his videos.
Yeah. I think my biggest advice, if you were to start YouTube, if someone was starting YouTube now, I'd be like, make content that you watch or strive to make a level of content that you watch. I think that's what Gareth's trying to do with Lad Nation. And sorry, I keep bringing up Gareth because I obviously had a conversation last night. It's just in my brain automatically.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's trying to do Lad Nation. He's trying to do it to the same level as the Sidemen level do. And it's like, if he does end up doing that, people are going to come back and watch it because it's going to be like really high quality. And it's again, people snub their nose at like the shit quality stuff. Like in terms of gaming drinks or stuff like that. Like people will always go for the stuff that looks better. And I feel like being a YouTuber is tough as well because people automatically go to what they like and what everyone watches. So like, I think even if Mr. Beast his content is very good, but if it was bad and it still was getting like 50 million views, people would still watch it. It's like, oh well, everyone's watching it. I'm gonna watch it as well. Whereas like when they see my channel with like 8K subs and they see like, oh, like 1,000 views, blah blah, it's like not a load of people are watching it. Like it's like they wouldn't give me a chance over someone else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's weird. Make content that you like making, but I wouldn't get bogged down in analytics at the same time. You being a YouTuber is very much down to how you're gonna grow and understanding the metrics and the SEO and everything about YouTube.
I'm terrified of YouTube.
I can see why you would be. I can see why a lot of people are terrified and they don't put enough time in because there's a lot to learn with it. I spent about 2 weeks a couple of weeks ago, just fully the 2 weeks were just like learning how YouTube works and why are people clicking on certain stuff. What's eye catching? I think I'm doing a good job now, but you never really know. It's more of a long term thing. Like you see the benefits of that long term.
Yeah, especially with like the way that the revenue works on YouTube as well is unreal. Like you could stop making YouTube videos this year, but if your videos are still getting views in 5 years' time, you're still getting paid.
I could have a shit month and I'm still getting paid for a video 6 months ago. Like it's like I know
insane.
It's great. I'm not going to complain. Like you know what I mean? What's fucked up though is people like you get demonetized if a video's doing really well and it gets demonetized. Like I'm not really. It's not really a big deal. It's like I'm not going to get revenue from that now in like 4 years' time. You know what I mean? It's like fuck off. Kind of getting off of content. What was it like when? Well, actually going back on the content. What was it like when you first started streaming? When you're on like 3 or 4 average viewers, we'll say. What was that time like going from like nothing to being like, we'll say established, but you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. It happened very quickly for me. I'm not going to lie. I was streaming for maybe 2 or 3 months and like average whatever 3 viewers or whatever. And like they saying that I was solely playing Warzone, solely playing competitive Warzone. If I was playing a tournament, like I was sending it on to the boys and everything. There would actually be times that I was sitting on 20 average just because I was sending it on to the lads and they'd all be watching the tournament or whatever. But basically what happened then was fucking actually Mr. Gibbon ended up having a customs. And I don't think Ed had ever realized that like people were actually really good at games in Ireland, or like no one good in Ireland had realized that Ed was doing customs.
Yeah,
we went in and just ran the show. Everyone thought it was cheating and everything. And I honestly like props to Ed, fucking absolutely sound fella. Ended up fucking throwing over a raid to me there in the next customs then, and it kind of just grew from there. Like I kind of jumped from like 2 average to like 10 average from that alone.
Yeah, would that have just been
which was
over the space like maybe like a week or two? Yeah,
literally like 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's again, it's really nice to like know people and to build communities with other people. I just find that amazing about Twitch. Like I know a lot of people that have viewers in common with, and it's just nice like supporting each other like all the time. It's just really it's productive. It's not counterproductive. You're just having a good time. It's good.
Yeah, it was kind of terrifying though when it did happen because obviously I just wasn't used to having new people in. You know what I mean? Like even
Yeah.
when I did have the 20 average, it was all like the lads from school or the lads from college or whatever just watching. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So having new people in, like it was a big learning experience there because like normally like smaller streamers they have people trickle in. It's like one conversation at a time. You're getting to know someone,
Mm.
whereas like I had 10 people in that I didn't know, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. I only do Just Chat. And I don't think I've streamed a game on Twitch about probably about 12 months. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I only do Just Chat, and it's like it's hard to keep up with everyone. And some people would then feel like they can't get involved. It's more so with Just Chatting streams. You have to talk about a topic more so. And you don't even do it subconsciously, but you just a topic comes up and you just run with that, and everyone gives their opinion on it instead of like, I have to get to know this person individually and stuff. It's Just Chatting's a weird place, and from my experience, it's difficult to grow from Just Chatting because I feel like a lot of people who watch my streams will come from like Twitter and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just hard to grow from Just Chatting because I don't think it's a massive category, but it's like it's a hard one to grow in. I don't know.
Then again, you see Russia doing it.
I'm never up early enough to watch Russia.
Yeah, I'm very rarely up early enough to watch. I wouldn't mind. I wake up some days and it's just like, get in my stream right now. You wouldn't believe what's happening or whatever. And like I log on to Twitch and he's all flying like because it's 3 o'clock in the evening.
Bro, I've watched them like the odd time and stuff, but I never can get consistent because I'll just never be up that early. But like, I Genesis was like recently, he was like, oh, Russia's killing it. I was like, is he? Because I just didn't know. Like, I just didn't know. I remember he was getting like a load of subs in like one stream. I remember watching that one. That would have been in the evening time. That wouldn't have been in the morning.
Yeah.
But like, I've just never been up early enough to fucking watch him, and that's my fault.
But he's doing absolute bits.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Like
he was always sitting around like 20 average, but like he's after shooting up recently.
What would he be on now? Like, what's his average?
Probably like 40 to 50.
Yeah.
Which is like I find that 20 average mark is very, very hard to break. Like in the 20s.
I think the 30s for me is the hardest part. Going from average of 30 to average of 40, that's the part for me. I can get to 35 average, but then like at that point you have to be doing something entertaining, or you have to be entertaining. It's very hard.
Yeah, but like I was pretty stagnant there for the last like maybe 5 or 6 months since like last August actually. I was very stagnant around the 20 average.
Yeah.
Now recently it's been a bit crazy. With averages and stuff like that, it's actually gone very, very well. Like,
why do you think it's doing well now? What do you think you've done differently to?
I think people have kind of realized how committed I am to it.
Yeah.
Like especially with the announcement of me going full time as well. Like I think people have actually sat down and been like, wait, actually, this is something that I should be supporting or should get behind.
You're not giving yourself enough credit. Like your stream is very, very good. Like I can see why people would go on to him, like, oh, this guy's a full time. Like you can see he's a full time streamer. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It is very hard to give yourself credit though when like
you're doing very, 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 very well for yourself. And I look up to you as a streamer. I think if anyone's trying to be a streamer, you're the fucking base model of what you should be doing generally. Because 12 months ago you're doing fuck all, you were a nobody, and now look at you now. Like 12 months later, at least people know who the fuck you are, and you've gone from a point of 0 to a point of, we'll say, 40. You know what I mean? Like you've gone up a level. So if anyone's at that shit level, use Rusher, use Bisto, use all the boys as an example if you want to get better. That's my opinion.
I think it's very. I'm actually kind of nearly overwhelmed. The last like 2 weeks, the amount of fucking like love I've been getting from the whole Irish community has been crazy.
Because people just discovered you. It's weird. Like, it's because Irish content creation. When I say that, I mean like Gara, Jen. You know, only recently. What I've always said about like the likes of Rusher is they have like Rusher has his own community. It's like you wouldn't see a lot of Rushers. Well, you would. There'd be some overlap, obviously, but like you wouldn't see a lot of Rushers guys inside in Gara's chat, and vice versa. It's like Rusher's very different to the Irish content creation scene, and I feel like only recently yous have all been coming into this bubble that we're in as well, and bringing your people in. It's just kind of expanding it as a whole. It's great.
Like I would have known Chris. Chris would have like Gara would have came in a bit to me, and that's more so just because like I live pretty much right beside where he grew up.
Yeah,
now, I didn't know him, but like the lads that I was playing with when I first started streaming, and like I'd be very good friends with, still actually went to the same school as him.
Yeah,
and like they were like, oh, there's this streamer, he's like 2 years ahead of us. But like he's actually doing really well, and I went over to his stream, I was chatting to him a little bit, and he ended up raiding me one day or something, and like I don't think he realized that like I actually knew who he was, and like like live like 10 minutes away from them or whatever, or live 10 minutes away from them. But like we ended up like building a little bit of a connection out of that. But I think that there's like the last like 2 or 3 weeks, I think like with me and Russia, like for the last like year, me and Russia have kind of done our own thing.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Just me and Russia. Which I like was it is good at the same time that we have that good of a connection and good of a relationship that like we can just bounce off each other all the time whenever we want. But it is like kind of, it's not beneficial to like the whole Irish scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we should be branching out to like loads of different Irish content creators. Like I hadn't heard of you until like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Like I think you came into my stream and followed me, and I was like, I recognize that name from somewhere. I think it was just from Twitter or something.
I remember there was something going on at the time, and I remember you were all playing Call of Duty together. I remember it was Gibbon, you, Rush, and I was like, okay, just follow all the boys, and then I went on to Twitter and I followed you all there, and I was like, oh, right, nice. But it was so weird to me. It's like, this is so different to
There's a whole little niche there that you'd never heard of.
It's like it's like finding Atlantis on a very small scale. But like, it's like finding Atlantis. Like, holy fuck, there's just more. This is amazing. It's like looking into a pond and being like, fuck me, it's deeper than what you think. I honestly think it took Gara by surprise, took Chris, Jem by surprise. Just people just were like, it's like a whole new fucking universe.
It's completely different communities as well.
Yeah,
I have to say, compared to the likes of Jenny's and yours and JSM's and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a completely different community. I've noticed anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like our community can be a bit more toxic, but I feel like our community is Irish. Like the whole point of a lot of why we watch each other is because like we're Irish, not because like we're similar personalities, more so because all the Irish stick together. And I'm trying my best to kind of go the opposite of what yous are doing. I'm trying to get out of that bubble and try and like explore. See, I still do Irish content creation on YouTube, which is different, but I'm trying to get out of that in terms of like, I'm trying to grow beyond the limit that is already there in some sense. Like in terms of our bubble, there's only a certain amount of people who know us. Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to get out of that bubble and try and grow beyond that. It's like, you know, it's so hard to explain in words, but like that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to tap into like other communities, and, like, other countries and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's what me and Ush have been doing.
Yeah.
Like most of my viewers will be English, or American, or fucking German. I had a Russian person coming in yesterday trying to talk to me about the war. Oh my god! I was like, no, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. But and it's the same with Ush. Like Ush has a lot of British people. He has a lot of Americans in his stream. We haven't really tapped into the Irish scene at all.
Yeah, if you do that, like I think as well, the Irish scene is very young.
It is very young.
It is
very young. And I'm not gonna lie, it seems hard to control.
Yeah.
Well, not control. Like obviously, you don't want to be controlling your viewers, but like some of the stuff that Irish people say is borderline cancel. You know what I mean?
Trust me.
And I hate. I'm sure you know. Yeah. But like I hate cancel culture and everything like that. But like it's just like at the same time, if people come into my stream now, my stream is a very, very welcoming place for absolutely everybody, whether that be race, sex, fucking anything. You know what I mean? Like I have to say I am kind of worried about the Irish people coming in.
You have to set them and be like, what Gara did, and Gara still has a lot of the boys in, fair enough, but like Gara was so used to retards coming into his chat because he was doing Fortnite customs, and the amount of absolute little gremlin bastards you get in your stream from doing Fortnite and doing customs in particular, it's like I'm sure he wouldn't change it because he got partner off of doing that, but it's like it's not a very great place, and the only reason he's doing well is because of that is because like people watch him like, okay, he's actually really good at streaming, and that's why people are starting like watch him now. It's difficult. My community on Twitch and my community on YouTube are two different things. It's unbelievable. Like my community on YouTube is very, I feel like they're young, but they're like, they know me and they're like, this is Jake. He's a funny guy. Like but he talks a lot of sense sometimes, and you know we like him because of that. And then when you go on to Twitch, it's like a lot of people are trying to make me say stuff and try and get me in trouble, and a lot of people are just very childish, and because it's live, they can just kind of try and manipulate you live.
Yeah.
And it's you have to be aware of that, and you have to be very like.
It's very easy to slip into saying something live.
Oh, bro, well, not fuck me, you know. But like when I get back into streaming,
but honestly, like it you have to be so self-conscious about it.
When I get back into streaming, I'm doing this like 4-week plan. First week was like do TikTok, blah blah, learn, and then YouTube, and then podcasting, get everything working. I need to start doing streaming now again next week. And I've literally, if I can get streaming down a consistent rate, even if I'm playing a game where the fuck, at least like I'm doing every front of content creation at that stage, and I'm gonna be really proud of myself. Even if I do fuck all, or in terms of like if I don't get a lot of numbers, I'm doing every aspect of content creation that I can. I'm doing the shorts, the YouTube, the podcast. Like it's unreal. Like I really want to just do that to prove that I can do it.
Yeah. But like with streaming, like as I said, I think I said it before we started the podcast, but like getting a good mod team around you, it's number one.
When I streamed on YouTube, I had very good mods, extremely intelligent, reputable people. Some of them were young, like 15, 16, but they were just like good people. Now I'm on Twitch, and not to take a dig at my current mods, but there's a lot of people on Twitch that they don't know me personally, and I need to get rid of. I think I need to just get rid of all my mods and start again. I think that's the point that I'm at. It's at a bad point. There's like 4 or 5 mods. I think I have like 8 mods. 2 of them do a good job, and the rest of them are just kind of like lingering. You know what I mean? So it's like I think I just need to clear them all out and just start again with that, and just almost try and rebuild my community from like the foundations again on Twitch. But the rest of the platforms are fine. So it's like it's a strange thing.
Yeah, I have to say I was absolutely blessed with Crowlers. Do you know Crowlers?
I know him from your Discord. I've seen his name, but I wouldn't know him personally.
He's literally made my Discord.
Yeah,
the whole thing, and like he's made the rules and everything. We're 2 like-minded people, and it's so weird because the dude's 17. Yeah, he's so mature for his age. You know what I mean? But like people come into my chat and say something, and like straight away, the message is deleted, and he's messaging saying, "Here, look, like we're all for a bit of crack or whatever." But like you have to kind of nip it at the bud, okay? Because like some things that are said in smaller streams are okay because they're smaller streams. But like if you ever get bigger, and that's the kind of culture that you have in your stream, you're getting reported and your channels are getting taken down. Yeah,
it's toxic. I've noticed as well. Me and Jamie have been sitting down because we obviously share a very similar community. It's like we have to we can raid people, and I've had times where I've raided older people. I'm like, okay, this would be good. Like I'll have 40 viewers. I'll raid this guy who's like just doing his own thing with like 10 viewers, and they'll go in and they'll abuse him. I'm like, boys, what in the fuck? Like I've gotten in so much trouble about like just some of my viewers, and I don't even want them in my chat. Like that's the point that it's hard to get into this. Like some of them just go into other people's chats, cause trouble. They'll come into my chat and they'll be like, oh, this streamer said this about you, or this guy doesn't like you, or they'll go into other people's chat and be like, Jake said this about you, and it's like, honestly, fuck off. Like I'm sick of you. I'm just like, they're the problem, and they're the people that have been fucking tainting me for the last like 6 months. They need to go.
Those people need to
learn or
I
go.
don't know. They need to start looking at you and saying like you're raiding someone with 40 people. Okay, that person might be on 5 to 10 viewers.
They're not used to it as well.
You're making that person's day. Those people are coming home from a hard day graft of work, coming back, streaming, thinking that they're only going to have 5 viewers for the day. All of a sudden, they have 40 people in there, 45 with their own viewers, and like that's making their day in terms of like they've never had that before. They don't know how to deal with it. The last thing that they need is controversy and drama in their chat. You should be going in there and welcoming them and like saying, oh, look, your content's really good, or just having a normal chat with them. You know what I mean?
I think it's a fine line though, because sometimes even if you have someone banned in your stream, they'll still watch it, like, and they'll still wait till the raid, and then they'll go over and still they'll try and abuse them. And it's like, honestly, there's not much you can do about that, but all I can say is like from me as a person doesn't sometimes represent what my chat does. And it's a lot harder to control a bunch of fucking 15-year-olds than it looks from my point of view. It's hard. I don't know. Sometimes I've never had that problem. I'm so lucky. When I look at some of the people in my chat, I'm like, I love yous. You're fucking class. I appreciate watching me and like enjoying my streams and watching my content. But like, some of yous need to get a grip, or like just leave, because you're gonna ruin me and you're gonna ruin my brand. Because a lot of these people, and I'm not gonna blame them for what I said, but they're the type of people who are edging me on to say this weird shit when I'm live, and it's like, okay, no, I'm not gonna be. I can be more professional and just be the like I'm the streamer. Like fucking respect what I'm saying or leave. Like
Yeah.
it's just I've always been very relaxed and I've always been like say what you want. Like fair enough. My thing when you go into the chat is like just don't get me banned. Like when you little chat rules, don't get me banned. So I need to change the whole like mentality of me streaming.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that's one thing again. Going back to like Crowlers, like just like having a mod there that'll nip that shit in the bud. Because like I hate confrontation.
Yeah.
Like if someone comes in and says something stupid in my chat, I don't like saying anything. I don't like calling them out or being like just being mean to them or whatever. You know what I mean? I hate that. Like there the other day, like I had someone come in like hadn't been in the stream in about 6 months and like it is a younger person, but like even when they were in the stream 6 months ago, they were in like once or something. Came in there, I was playing ranked or something. It was like, "Do you have space?" I was like, "No, I'm in a full stack right now," and he was just like, "Okay, bye." And like I was about to fucking flip at him.
Yeah.
I was about to flip. I was like, "Man, like you're hardly coming in here when I have 30 viewers that are coming in every single day that would love to have a chance to play with me, and I'd pick you over that."
Yeah.
And then just for you just to fuck off then afterwards. Like I absolutely hate that.
That's the mentality of young people though. Young people, especially nowadays, they get everything they want. And I feel like those type of people are just very much everything needs to happen now. And it's just very like no patience. They lack all sort of awareness for what's going on. Is you just those type of people. Like every streamer comes across those type of people. But it's how you deal with them.
It's very hard to trust people to come on as well. Like I know people. One of the lads I was playing with, like he's been following the stream for a year, but like I was playing Apex with him, and like I wouldn't let him in a voice call for like a good month. You know what I mean? Because like you can never trust what someone's going to say when they come on.
I know a lot of people who are extreme racist. That's why I never throw under the word racist, because I know like there's some people who say it's stuff for jokes, blah blah. But like when I say racist, I mean like they hate a certain group. And like I'm not letting you on my stream. I'm not letting you come on the podcast. Or I'm not letting you come on like even come into my chat. Like I know people who've said the N-word in call and they think it's normal. Like it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like you're not coming on my fucking stream. Like get a grip. It's just
I have to build up like trust with someone before I let someone on.
Yeah.
Like for a long time I need to build up trust.
Because it's your job. Like it's your fucking necklace on the line at the end of the day.
Like I used to do like viewer games like every like Thursday or something, and like I get people in. I remember one time someone said the F-bomb like 3 times or something, and like I know the fucking smile out of you. No, but like I know some people, like especially in the Irish culture and stuff like that, some people take that as a joke.
Yeah.
But like the way that my stream is that like there's a lot of people in there that might take offense to that.
I think what that is though is like, so I'll give an example. When I was in school, I called a girl a cunt, and the teachers were like, "You're a misogynist." I was like, "What the fuck word is this? Misogynist?" And apparently, when you call a girl a cunt, you're a misogynist. And it's like, I think it's the same thing. I didn't think much of the word cunt. I just thought it was like a word of endearment. I think now it is, but like 5 years ago, maybe it wasn't. I think that's what some people think of that word, the F word. They think, oh, just a word of endearment. Oh, you pure, you know what I mean? Like just the Irish way. Yeah. But I don't think that word will ever become acceptable to me. That word is up there with like,
with racial slurs.
Yeah, it's just, I just
honestly,
don't like it.
It is, yeah. But like, I don't know. Like I don't think people realize like people are coming into streams and a lot of them are coming in, as we said earlier, that like they're sad or lonely or going through something at home. The last thing that they need is to be abused
for what they are,
or
like,
something,
you know what I mean?
something said to them that like is going to hurt their feelings because of something that like is normal, and like it. I don't want to say out of their control because it's not like a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But like that's them, and like they're coming in for a safe place, for somewhere that they can chat and have a good time.
Are you going to TwitchCon? Have you thought about it?
The plan is, yeah.
Who are you going to go?
The plan is that me and Russia are going to go over. Now, obviously, like I don't know what the story is going to be with tickets.
I think they're out already, no? Or accommodations out or something?
No, the dates were released, but I don't think the tickets have been released. And then like look, like if fucking scalpers get their hands on them, like you're going to be paying fucking 250 quid for a ticket. Like
same with like Longitude, man. Longitude was sold out in like a day, and now the tickets like 500 quid when they were 50 or something. It's like, nah, fuck that shit.
So I have to keep an eye out for that, because like obviously I don't want to be spending whatever amount on a ticket. Like I'll still go over, I'll still fucking book flights and go over and chill out with people, you know what I mean, no matter what.
The Ganji.
I won't say anything.
It'll be a great experience for you though, going over there with Russia and stuff. That would be fucking insane for you.
And I know like a load of people in chat are saying that they're going over as well. It'd be great to fucking actually meet up with people. And
a lot of people say they're going to go to that, and then it comes to it and they're like, oh fuck. But, you know, I want to go, but again, it's just like I have people my aunt lives over in near Amsterdam, so I could always go over and stay with her, and all I have to do is pay for the ticket. Like, so that's ideal. But it's just like I'd have to find the right people to go with, and then like having like just being comfortable. It's like it's a whole thing. Like I haven't been out of the country in fucking 3 years, like 4 years. So it's like
I went to Marbella last year with the lads. It was fucking unreal.
Did you?
Oh my god! First lads holiday. Like
any stories?
Like I was in a relationship for ages. One of the lads tried to pay for a prostitute, and right, basically he went up to a prostitute, and he was like, "Oh, you coming back to mine?" She was like, "Yeah, it's 150 quid." And he was like, "Oh, I have no cash on me. Do you take card?"
What's a blowjob?
She was like, "No, I don't fucking take card." So like he came over to one of the other lads and was like, "Here, look."
Do you take card to a prostitute? I'll take it up my arse.
I don't know. You never know with fucking
just whip out the fucking card machine.
Yeah.
No.
But what's it called? Ended up like going over to one of the lads who was like, "Oh, what's it called? Come here. Can you take money out of the ATM? Like I don't have 150 in my account." I don't know how he did have 150 in his account. Maybe he was too drunk to go over, or just wanted to talk to the prostitute or something. I don't know. But the lad, your man went over and got the 150 out and gave it to him. I don't know what happened, but he ended up fucking losing 150 on the way over to the prostitute, who was like 10 feet away. So he ended up being 150 down and didn't get anything out of it.
Full sack.
Yeah.
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. It was unreal over there, honestly. Like Marbella is fucking savage to go over there. We went to a spot one night. It was like 20 quid in, and it was free drinks for an hour.
Yeah.
And like we went in, we were dead sober. Like we were after pre-drinking a little bit, but we ended up like going in just getting vodka and Red Bulls. And like one of the lads ended up getting in a fight with one of the bartenders, saying there's no fucking alcohol in these. Like this is bullshit. Like we're after paying in here. And like we were all fine. Next thing, we ended up walking out of the place and the fucking air hit us, and 3 of the lads were getting sick and had to go home, and then the rest of us went skinny dipping, and
it
was unreal. Like it was a really good night out, or
like
a good like holiday.
Do you know the fucking Hangover? That's basically what that was.
It was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. Like the toilet afterwards, like 2 of the lads were getting sick into the same toilet at one time. Like it was horrific. It was absolutely horrific.
That's amazing. But yeah, no, if you go to TwitchCon this year, I'm gonna try and go, but like I don't know, like, you know, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I know a lot. I think Gara's going over. I'd say a lot of the Twitch partners will be there. So I think do they get tickets for free or something like that? There's something to do with Twitch partners.
Yeah, I think so. What's called Gara was actually on to me there the other night. I didn't know the fucking Legion do events over here.
They do, but they haven't done one yet, I don't think.
Oh, really?
They did Gamer Fest. So before Gamers for Legion was a thing, blah blah. They did this thing called Gamer Fest, and I was invited to that. It was in Limerick. It was good, like, but it was mainly towards like, you know, it was kind of like a family day out kind of thing. It was more like you get all the kiddies involved, and you can go play FIFA and they can play Fortnite and stuff. Honestly, what a great experience! Like when I was like, because back then I would have been average like 10 viewers on YouTube streams, and pretty fucking irrelevant. Like if I'm being honest, I had like 1,000 subs. I went down to the fucking. I'd been streaming Fortnite at the time, and I'd been pretty decent. Went down to the stage and played Fortnite with, you know, just played it on, and you could see it on the screen and stuff, and it was good experience. Like,
yeah, like he was saying that they're going to do something with Insomnia or something.
I thought Insomnia was cancelled, unless it's on again this year.
Might be. I don't know, but I'd love for something like that over here.
That'd be
like
fun.
Obviously, I've been so disconnected from like Irish content creation up until like a year ago. So like I didn't know all this shit was a thing. So I'd love to go over there and just meet people.
I'd love to go. I think I need a bodyguard though.
Definitely.
This stuff that I say about in GeoGuessr. I don't know if you've ever watched my GeoGuessr stuff, but I rip into towns and people, and like it's a whole. I need bodyguards if I ever do like something learned. It's bad. Like I'd just get Genesis and the boys. But yeah, no, I think if the Legion can do more like stuff like that but on a bigger scale, because like what they did was they had like a part of Thomond Park, and it was literally like maybe like I don't know, it wouldn't have been like a massive area, like it would have been. It's hard to explain because I don't know how to give an example, but like it would have been a small event, a very small place, a lot of people there, but very very small. If they can get like a bigger like place going, or if they can do something where the weather's nice, just like I don't know. I think
is like I hate to always go back to it, but is content creation in Ireland big enough
not
to do
really.
something bigger? You know what I mean?
Not really.
Like
in terms of like, I don't think the content creators. Okay, so with Gamerfest, it was like I don't think anyone was going there because a creator was going there. They're going there because it's a gaming event. Fuck, let's go to a gaming event. That'd be class, wouldn't it? Instead of people being like, oh, Gara's going. I want to meet Gara. Whereas I think if they did it now, there'd be a certain element of I want to go and meet JakeMcBoss, or I want to go meet Jen, or I want to meet Gara. I think now, but it would still be it would be on a smaller scale. I think you'd still be relying a lot on promotion, and you'd be relying a lot on the whole it's a gaming event kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I just love to meet up with people. Like fucking hell, man. I got recognized once, and I swear to God, it's the greatest experience of my life. It is so cool. Like I was standing in a line or something in Dundalk getting a ticket for a night out or something, and it was because some guy came over. He was like, "You BistoBob?" I was like, "No fucking way!" Like I just got like it was my first day back to college, like this year I think it was, and like it was just the last thing that I was expecting.
Yeah.
I remember like when we went to Cork there like last year, a load of us went down to Cork, and Mr. Gibbon got recognised.
That's insane.
That's Mr. Gibbon. And he came over and he was like talking, and then he realised he was like, oh, that's Bang Average Fella, and that's BistoBob. And like it was actually mad, like but like I'd love, like I know it's a bit egotistical, but I'd love to see if people would actually recognise me.
Yeah.
If like something like that happened.
I think they would. I had an experience with that when I was in college. Because I think a lot of people knew me from TikTok because of what I was doing, and I went into the class, and I was sitting beside this guy for 2 weeks, and we were just normal chatting away, like, and then 2 weeks later he goes, Jake, I bet you like Dave Chappelle, who's obviously a comedian. I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I was like, how'd you know that? Been watching your videos for the last 6 months. It's like, what? Like, what? How the fuck? That's Jesus. So weird to me. Like people are very scared that when they meet people they know online, that they're not the people they know, and that'll ruin their like perception of that person. So they're very wary of like coming up and being like, because what if that person's an arsehole? Like,
I don't blame them. Like people have completely different personas online, completely different. Like I've met most of like a lot of the Irish community in person, and like I have to say like a lot of the lads are genuine lads and nice lads, but a couple of boys are different.
Yeah. Did you I'm not gonna ask you to name people. That's just stupid. Like, yeah, I've had stories as well from Jen and people he's met up with and been like, some of these people are away with the fairies. Like, there's just there is people who are just like so fake online. Then you meet them in real life and it's like they're just fucking weird. Like, it happens all the time. I've when I went to that Gamerfest thing, I don't think they knew who I was, but like at that Gamerfest, it would have been like 2020. It would have been like a week before COVID lockdowns actually, which is weird enough. And people were like, oh, Jake, can I get your autograph and stuff? I didn't have a fucking clue who I was, but they just saw me in the event and they're like, oh, he's up on stage. There's a lot of people like that as well who, if they see that you're like recognized, they'll just come over anyway and take pictures with you. I find that really weird, but like it's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd react to that.
Yeah, it's like they don't know you at all, but they're like, oh, you're famous, let me get a picture.
I think I done that once actually. It was fucking like went to a Liverpool match or something. It was some like Celtic legend or something walking the streets. My dad was like, "Oh, come over, we'll take a picture with him and me there." Like, yeah. I seen didn't have a breeze who he was.
I seen literally that exact same thing. It was Alex Ferguson was going to the Atletico Madrid game the other night, and he was getting interviewed by Sky Sports. Like, he was in the car, and there's just a load of fucking Portuguese people coming over, famous, taking a picture. So Sir Alex Ferguson, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's great. Do you follow football or do you watch football? Or
yeah, I'd be a big Liverpool fan.
Love that. Who do you think's winning on Sunday?
Liverpool.
I think we'll trounce them. I think we'll proper like.
Yeah, I think so. I think the morale is too high at the moment.
I think Chelsea are just too much like inconsistent, and we're up for cup finals. Like, even when they were playing City last year, I didn't really like. They had a game plan like in the Champions League final, but I still reckon like it was a fluke. If I'm being honest, like City fucking dominated them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like. It's so weird because like we'd be on about our depth so much, and we bring in one player, and all of a sudden, like we have so much depth in the team. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm not sure. Like the midfield still isn't good enough. I don't think.
I think Hendo, Thiago, Naby, and Fabinho are really good. And you have youth, but if Naby gets injured like he always does, to be fair, he's been fit for a while.
Yeah.
But like if Hendo gets injured, then you're bringing in Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and it does go down a little bit. But I think the team as a whole is good enough to accommodate one bad performance every week, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like Luis Diaz though.
Oh, he's so good.
He's so sexy as well. Like he's tall.
Oh my god.
I'd fully no. If that's the way I swang, like he's posted be on my wall and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Portuguese
I'd be
people.
I'd be more of a Van Dijk kind of man myself.
Yeah. Van Dijk's a sexy guy.
That way.
Van Dijk plays like a horse cock. He's like 6'5".
Origi.
Well,
Origi has the horse cock. 100%. Did you ever see that meme of him actually?
No, I didn't.
What was it? It was like the Champions League final or something. The one that we won, and like I was over in Liverpool, and my brother was like we were in some bar in Liverpool or something. Someone had this big poster of Origi just bollock naked, like. I didn't know how to react. Like it was like,
amazing.
what the hell is going on? But like I don't know. Like the culture around Liverpool is unreal. Like being over there for the final was just.
Have you been to Anfield? How many times have you been?
I haven't been to Anfield.
I've never been to Anfield either. It's like I don't know why I haven't, but I was so jealous. My friends went over there when I was like I would have been like 11 or 12, but I wouldn't have been massive into football when I was that age. But like they went over to Liverpool, and I was like, oh fuck, man, why didn't I go? I've been to the new camp, and I've been Wembley, and then that's it.
Yeah, I was in the new camp as well.
Dirty, but it's cool.
Yeah. But Anfield, I think, would be a special place to go. Because like obviously you have a connection there with Liverpool as well. Like going to the new camp or whatever it's fine, but like you don't have to actually have a connection with the team.
Yeah, I never really thought. I think there was one moment though when I went to the new camp where I was we walk in front of the dugouts and the chain is there where you can't cross. And I was like, man, Suarez would have walked on this grass. Like people that I idolize, like Suarez would have walked on this grass. Even when fucking like Ronaldinho would have walked in this grass, like R9 would have walked on this grass. Like fuck me, like that's
it's
really
surreal
special.
When you're down there as well. Like on the touchline, and it's like you have to think the stadium would be packed as well.
Yeah, imagine just looking around and seeing all the people and all the flashing and stuff.
Yeah. That's why I find mad about like League of Legends. Have you ever seen like the League of Legends LAN events?
I know that it's huge, but I don't watch it now.
Man, like full on, like those types of stadiums just packed.
Yeah. Gaming events. The only big one that I've ever seen was the Fortnite World Cup. That was like the only big one that I've seen, but I presume it's pretty big. Like, gaming.
Yeah. I went to a LAN event when I was 14, Black Ops 2, and the place was dead.
What's your favorite Call of Duty? Like your top 3?
Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 3.
That's perfect. Yeah, okay. So I agree with the first two. They'd be my two as well. Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Then for me, it'd be tied between World War 2 or Advanced Warfare in terms of fun playability.
Oh, I forgot about Modern Warfare 2 actually.
Yeah, I think I was too young at the time. Like that was like I got into the COD after that. Or I was in for Black Ops 1. I don't know which one came first. Black Ops 1 was the first COD that I played. I think Modern Warfare was
the first COD that I played as well, yeah.
I think Modern Warfare 2 was the year before that though.
Yeah.
So I just never got into it like.
Yeah. I think I was playing it, but like I'd literally jump into like a customs game and just go trick shotting like with boys.
Yeah,
which was unreal. Like I think people forget how broken that game was. Like that game was in like actually like the actual gameplay was in the bin in that game.
I thought Modern Warfare 2 was an improvement over it from what I've seen, but then people just have like nostalgia with these things.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
that's what it is. Yeah.
It's like in a couple of years' time, they'll look back at the very first season of Fortnite and be like, oh my God, the days. Yeah. It was just the best time ever. And it's like,
that's what I'm like now looking back on Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Fortnite at the start was absolutely unreal. I haven't played it since. Like,
I haven't played Fortnite in properly in like fucking March 2021. A year ago.
I jumped on like last month or something, and like they have like the slide cancelling and like the inside AO and everything. But like, man, I do go on to there. Like I'm an old man. Like Jesus Christ, some of those 15-year-olds are just cracked out of their brains.
It just doesn't feel the same, and the culture around Fortnite is so ew. Like no.
Yeah.
I can't. Big reason why I don't go on Twitter anymore is because I see Fortnite pros or I see Fortnite kids, and I genuinely just question reality. Like there's this fucking war going on, and you have people making jokes about, like, they're basically talking about the war in Fortnite terms, and like, oh, Ukraine are getting third party by their teammate. It's like, come on, it's like, what the fuck am I hearing, you weird cunts?
I don't, but that you have to think they're like 15-year-olds that have been in a pandemic for the last 2 years as well, just haven't matured.
No fucking concept of the outside. That's so weird. I feel like the development of people has gone down so much in like 2 years.
Oh,
like it's just like a halt. What I compare it to is like if a player goes to United, like they just don't grow for 3 years. Like there's just no development at all. They're just the same shit cunts. That's what, honestly, that could be, actually I'm not going to say that. I'm going to make it like it'd be like Greenwood, like has never developed. Greenwood's actually, like, in fairness, Greenwood's the same player that he was when he first broke onto the scene. He hasn't developed one bit.
Yeah, no, he didn't get any better.
Or as a person either. Like you can see, like, with all that shit happen, like,
fuck the guy, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Absolute idiot.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's fucking annoys me.
No.
I've like 3 questions here that I kind of ask everyone at the end of the podcast. What could you improve on as a person, as a content creator for the next 12 months? Or we'll say for the rest of the year, what could you improve on? What's the areas you lack?
I pretty much solely focus on Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough. I mean, like, I've like a fucking like 1,000 followers on TikTok or something, and like 150 followers or 150 subs on YouTube. Like, it's just not good enough for like the level. Like, I know I'm not at any like insane level on Twitch, but like for the level that I'm at on Twitch, it's not good enough.
I think for gaming though, it's difficult. Gaming's difficult. If it's like gaming on TikTok, I don't go on TikTok to watch game, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so it's
but
difficult.
it's not even that. Like I just don't upload.
Yeah.
I haven't uploaded on TikTok in, I'd say, about 3 weeks. Before that, it was probably 2 or 3 months. Before that, another 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? And it's just like my quantity of content that I'm putting out isn't enough, especially for me being full time. Now, things are going to change very soon with that. I have an editor for TikTok, putting out more YouTube videos now, but the quality of YouTube videos isn't where I want it to be as well. I don't mind my TikTok being like based around my stream and clips.
Yeah.
But in terms of YouTube, like, I want to break through in the IRL scene rather than gaming.
I think the biggest problem that I had with TikTok was I was basing my TikTok stuff around videos that I was making. And I was like, okay, this is my, like, I'm just going to put some clips from my YouTube or my Twitch onto TikTok. And if they do well, they do well. And some of them did well, and they increased me on YouTube and stuff. But the last like 2 weeks, I've been uploading like individual TikToks that you wouldn't have nothing to do with YouTube and stuff. But it's like, it's just to get my brand out there. I haven't banged like 100k views on some of them and just been like,
oh shit,
like
really?
100k, 150k. And it's like, I don't give a fuck.
You're making content solely for TikTok.
Yeah, I don't care if they go over to YouTube, like, because I'm actually growing over there and I'm gonna get recognition for growing in there. Like, and it's just, I think getting out there as much as possible is very important. Yeah,
I kind of struggle mentally with TikTok though, because like obviously, like, if you're looking at it as a full time thing, and like obviously you need to be earning revenue.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a full time thing, and like, I'm not sure how you've gotten on with TikTok, but I've seen no growth from Twitch from TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok to Twitch is, I know people who've gotten partner off it. I know a guy called Paddy Murphy got partner off of TikTok to Twitch. I know a guy called Bino who went from TikTok to Twitch and got insane numbers and got partner. Yeah. Both aren't doing great now, but like they got that. I think the problem with TikTok for Twitch is long form content. If you like it or not, Twitch is long form, and then on the polar opposite of that is TikTok in short form content. So it just doesn't mix. But I feel like I can get people from TikTok to YouTube, no bother.
Yeah. Is it the same style of content that you're putting out on TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok and YouTube be very, very similar, yeah. In terms of the energy and the way it is.
Yeah, that's the thing with like anything in terms of YouTube and TikTok, you can control the pace of the content.
Yeah.
So like you have to think, like, people are going on to TikTok solely to watch a 20-second clip or a 30-second clip. And it be fast paced, and you can replicate that in YouTube. Whereas like someone comes over to a Twitch stream, like, a lot of the time Twitch streams are very, very chill.
Yeah, I think that's why I think Gara struggles particularly on TikTok. He'll probably say that as well. It's very difficult for him to grow on TikTok because it's just stream clips and stuff, and it just doesn't. I just don't think it's so weird, man. TikTok to Twitch is just not. It just doesn't work for me. And people, and then you have to be like, if people do click on your TikTok and they see your Twitch, they go over to Twitch, and if you're not live, they probably wouldn't follow anyways. Like, you have to be live. So
yeah. Now, saying that, like, I've like Mr. Gibbon has done fucking incredibly on TikTok.
I remember Russia was doing like loadouts and stuff from Warzone. It was doing well as well. So
No, I think they did get a good bit of recognition from TikTok over to Twitch, but I'm not sure how they're doing with actually like recurring viewers and stuff like that.
I don't think those people who come over to TikTok would ever be like, they wouldn't be regulars in your stream. They'll just be like people who come in once every like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine. What are you looking to improve on as a person?
Confidence. Like on stream, I'm fucking fine. Like I can talk to people fucking nonstop, and you know, like I'll talk muck for 8 hours on a stream. You know what I mean? No bother to me.
Yeah.
But like, dude, in person, I think it's just because of COVID. Everything that happened during COVID with me personally, and before COVID, I lost a lot of confidence in myself. Like in secondary school, I would have been. I sound like a fucking idiot saying this, but like I would have been fairly popular in secondary school, and then I fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was literally the exact same. And the reason that happened to me though is because I wasn't allowed. So first or second or third, I wouldn't been like the best or the most popular because I wasn't playing GA and stuff, so you never would be anyway. But like I'd have been funny, I'd have been like semi popular like with the people that I hang out with and stuff, and then I didn't do TY, so all my friends went into TY, and then I went into 50 or 60 year, and I was like, fuck, what? Like I had to like relearn people and talk to new people and stuff. It was difficult, like that was weird. So yeah.
I'm fine. I heard look, I have me groups of friends and everything, but like I'd go out and like I'd be glued to my friends. I wouldn't go around talking to people. I'd love to change that about myself and just be a little bit more outgoing, the way that I used to be. You know what I mean? Like I would have just approached someone and started talking to them. I can't do that anymore.
Do you know what my big thing is though? When I'm out or if I'm doing anything, I'll get this thing in my head where like, oh, people are looking at me from my side profile and people are looking at what I'm doing and stuff, and it's like, oh, and it's just like overcoming that social anxiety is really important, and especially after COVID as well. I feel like people will find it a lot harder to now go out and stuff and do this, and it'll take time for everyone to kind of get back to being normal and to being social, and it just takes
time. The only thing that
time.
I can say to people is get out. Like I know a lot of people come into my stream, like they do say that they have social anxiety and they don't like going out and stuff like that. The only thing that I can say to people is put yourself in those uncomfortable situations as much as possible. Approach people, like force yourself to approach people and talk to people. Because like the more that you're in a situation, the more that you'll learn, the more that you'll grow confidence from it. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the year, and just try and up my people skills in person.
Yeah, that's probably, I need to improve on that a little bit as well. Like I can talk to someone on a podcast for 2 hours, and then when it comes to like real life, I'll be like, oh shit, like what the fuck. So it's like just improving all like aspects of your social sort of interaction is important on all levels, not just online.
Oh, on my scheduling. Oh my god.
Yeah, your schedule. You need like someone
very, very bad
to wake you up every morning and be like, Bisto, this is a job now. Wake up.
Yeah.
It's time.
I do need someone to literally say to me like, oh, it's Wednesday. Do you have a YouTube video ready?
Yeah.
They're like, I'd text me on the Tuesday, say, look, you have a YouTube video scheduled for tomorrow. You better have that done. You know what I mean? Like,
this is probably like hard to understand, but this is like what I kind of do is I'll write down Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll write down, okay, so we'll say for Tuesday I had podcast at 12 written down. Obviously didn't happen. TikTok at 4 p.m, YouTube video at 5 p.m. And as long as I get those 3 things done, then we're flying it. And I'll do that for every single day. And that's just kind of what keeps me motivated and focused. I just write shit down and be like, okay, take it off when it's done, blah, blah, and just get it done. Like, it's important.
You see, like, I'm an idiot because, like, I wake up at a certain time so that I have energy for stream.
You wake up like later in the day so you have more energy. I feel like.
Exactly. Like, I don't like if I woke up at 9 o'clock, I'd be dead towards the end of the stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd come to 11 o'clock, I'd be fucking tired and groggy. It'd be terrible. Wouldn't be a place where people would want to come. But the problem then is that when I finish stream at 11 or 12, like, I'd be awake until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. But the problem is that I live at home and I can't really create content from that time because I'd wake people up.
Yeah, I think one of the best bits of advice that I got off one of my friends, JMY, was he goes, as long as you get your 3, so if you write down 3 or 4 things, as long as you get those 3 or 4 things done in the time that you have, doesn't really matter what time you wake up or go to sleep, as long as you can get all 3 things done. But obviously, like, you can't record content at 5 o'clock in the morning, so it's like you have to wake up a bit early if you want to do everything. So it's like, I think what Gareth said was like just treating everything as a job, treating content creation as a job. And that doesn't mean doing 9 to 5. I think he does like 10 to 5 or something. But I wake up at like 11 and I have enough energy then to do a podcast. We started at 2 and like I'm gonna go in, record a TikTok now at 5, and then I'll do a YouTube video and stuff, and I get all that out tonight. I'll be wrecked tired then. I'll be in bed at 11 because I'll be fucking wrecked.
But you'd feel productive, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel productive at all at the moment, especially with like how much content I'm putting out. Like I know that I could do so much more.
That's I was there as well because I took a year after school to like do content creation. I just didn't. It was just shite. Like, but like the biggest thing that I felt during that time was like I wasn't getting nothing done, or I had no productivity. I wasn't getting anything done. But now this time that I'm doing it full time, I dropped out of college. I'm making sure podcast, streaming, YouTube, TikTok, and short content. So like all 4 of those have to be hit every single day or every single week. And once I have that done, then we're flying it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like that's one thing that absolutely everyone that's doing it full time needs to realize. Like the likes of me, I literally go and I do a stream for 6 to 8 hours or whatever, and that's me done for the day. But like I need to start realizing that like I'm pretty much starting a business, and like as an entrepreneur, like people literally put in 12-hour graphs every single day to get their business up and running, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing that. I know that I might need a little bit more energy, you know, while I'm streaming and if I am creating content, but like I should be doing a 10 to 12 hour day every single day if I really want to make this work.
Yeah, that's what Chris does. Chris is so good, bro. Chris is really good at that. He can wake up at like 10 in the morning and he'll start streaming at 5 for the Legion, then he'll go live in his own thing at 6 and he'll be live till 10 and then he'll do more work and then go to sleep. Workhorse. Unreal.
People need to give him more respect.
Yeah, I don't like when Jen, I think on the podcast he says a couple of times, he's like, Gary, you know, if the viewers that because you put in a load of work, you know, the viewers to justify that. I just think like Gary do his own thing. Like he's making a fucking good living. That's what he's doing. Just like if he can grow a bit more, that'd be great. And obviously that's his main thing. But.
And he does deserve it.
Yeah.
But like that's one thing with Twitch as well. Like Twitch can be weird. Like you can get a dip in viewers for no apparent reason. You know what I mean?
I know a guy who came on this podcast this time last year would have been a Twitch partner, and he averaged like 800, 900 viewers every single day. Just like you wouldn't like you'd watch Chris over him, and that's not just like a personal thing. He'd be like, Chris puts in way more effort, way more energy, but like people are watching this guy that has 800 viewers playing a game. It's weird to me.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like you look at the likes of like fucking XQC, like he's averaging like what, like 60, 70K viewers. Dude, it has a normal webcam and hasn't really invested into the stream. You know what I mean? But like there is exceptions to it, but like. Another thing is I think that people need to fucking start investing into their streams. Something serious, especially in Ireland. The quality just isn't good enough. Yeah,
fact. I forgot to ask you at the start. How would you get BistoBob as a name? Where'd that come from? Definitely like a gamer tag.
Right. So there's a guy called Zerfer. He's from very close to me. He's one of my good friends, but he's a fucking caster. He actually does CS:GO cast, and he was actually casting to like fucking 3,000 people there yesterday. But he's just a funny bastard. Like I'm telling you, you should get him on this because you'll be laughing the whole fucking time.
He'd be like the Joey Diaz, yeah.
Oh, he is so funny. But I was playing fucking COD one night or something, and like he was just in the Discord call as well. And I hit clip or something, and I was sick, and I was like, I'm a fucking different gravy. And what he turns around and says, "Oh, BistoBob, is it?" Just fucking ripping it out of me, like. And I just decided to roll with it. I think it's kind of catchy. It's kind of funny.
That's
now,
great.
I have to say, in the future, I'd love to fucking stray away from it because, like I don't know how fucking the laws work on copyright and stuff like that. But if I ever make something of it, I'm not sure if Bisto be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
BistoBob is BistoBob. As long as you don't say it came from the grave, you know what I mean? Just like, don't say it all the time. Just be like, you know. I know a guy who's called Bisto, and he makes content as he's Bisto. Bisto's his name. I'm just like, I mean, he does stuff on TikTok with his granny. His name's Bisto. I'm just like, okay,
it's just a clan. Yeah, it's a clan that I'm in. Bisto.
Yeah, Bisto.
Yeah,
me and the boys are Bisto. We're going to Ukraine there Thursday. What my last question for the podcast is, where do you see yourself in a year time?
I'm still doing this 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many people that are as motivated to make this work as I am. And are as just intrigued by content creation in general. I think it's the first job that I've ever had that I've actually turned around and said, you know what, this is what I'm good at. Now I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot, but like I don't think that I've gotten the recognition that I should have yet.
I think you're
for
new
what
to
I
the
do.
game as well, though. I think you're new
Yeah.
to, like, you've only been doing it for like a year properly. Like, if
Yeah.
you can even say that. Like, I've been doing stuff for like 2 years, and it's like I'm only starting to like do well over the last 6 months. So like, you get a period where like you will see insane growth. It's about waiting until that time comes.
Yeah. And now it's the same with other, content creators. I'm not just talking about myself in that. Like, I don't think a lot of people have gotten the recognition that they deserve in the Irish scene yet. Honestly, I want to be at the forefront of the Irish scene. I think at the moment now I'm mid to high tier in terms of the community that we have now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not pulling in viewers that people would be saying, "Holy fuck, he's doing unreal." But I plan on being. I know that me and Rush are going to be the two people that people will be saying, "Holy fuck, he's making something serious of this," and it will happen.
I agree with you. I think, yeah, no. See, people were getting me twisted when I said the average level is shit, as in like the average level of being like we'll say like average of 30 viewers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I mean the average of like fucking 5 to 10 viewers is shit. Like, we're both mid-high tier content creators in our Irish content creation scene. Like, it's not that, and that's kind of like a poor representation of Irish content creation.
It's very
because we should be the average, and then people should be on like fucking hundreds of thousands, like fucking.
Yeah.
That's where I was coming from. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think I'd love to be at the forefront of it. Because I think that we're bringing something new to the game, something that the Irish scene hasn't really seen at all yet. In terms of basing it around community, basing it around relationships with people. Now, I think that we're doing a lot of things wrong, and that needs to change. But me and Rush are in constant fucking contact with each other to try and fix those things and try and kind of branch out a little bit more.
I may have to get Rush on this at some stage.
Fucking do. What's it called? Yeah, no, you would, like, the two of us were so dedicated to this. We're so dedicated.
It's infectious.
We're like-minded people as well, and it's. I know we were talking about goals and everything, and not to have goals, but like you have to manifest something, or else you're not going to succeed. You have to think highly of yourself, especially in this. You can't be anxious. You can't be fucking worried about, oh, I'm not growing what I should be growing, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. No matter what's happening, if you're getting fucking 2 followers a day, it doesn't matter. You need to keep on pushing. And me and Rush are going to do that.
Love that. I think my motto for life, and I kind of robbed off Juice WRLD, so it's not even mine, but it's like something I take. It's like, you can achieve anything, if not more than what you see other people achieving. I just love that quote. Like, you can achieve anything that you see the best people achieving, because we're all in the same earth. We're all the same people. We're all the same genetic build-up. Well, not genetic build-up. We're all the same in terms of physics. We're all defined by the same laws. Like, you can achieve anything you see Joe Rogan achieving, anything you see Dave Chappelle achieving, like True Geordie, like Jacksepticeye. You can achieve anything that they've achieved, if not more than what they've achieved. It's just about putting in the time, work, dedication, and effort, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there. Good fucking podcast. You get this feeling when you're like 10 minutes in, you're like, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
The conversation is flowing.
Yeah, just bounce off each other. Like, because I hate watching podcasts like, oh, just constant questions and stuff. It's like, oh, fuck me, that's boring. Like, I barely... I do fucking bare minimum when I'm planning podcasts. I wrote down intro. I wrote down streaming. I wrote down community, or League Cup final, and then goals. That's how I wrote. So, yeah.
Oh fuck!
I'm happy it came out well. So do you want to do a little plug for yourself, BistoBob?
Yeah. Basically, anyone that's watching this, by all means, I'm sure you know from listening to the podcast, absolutely everyone is welcome over to my stream, over to any of my socials. Fucking hell. Yeah, twitch.tv/BistoBob. It's BistoBob on all socials. So yeah, look, if anyone wants to come over, by all means come over. You're going to be welcomed, and it'll be a place that you'll be able to chill and just escape from everything. Best community on Twitch. I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, link in the description. Go check them out. Yeah, dub. Cheers for watching, everyone. Cheers. Thank you very much. That's long before. Bye bye.